People are just lazy. Everybody has the desire to have a Bugatti or have a house. What people don't have desire for is to actually work for it. You make your own luck.
Thomas Kralow, entrepreneur, crypto megamind.
From trading to teaching people earn millions of dollars, he has done it all.
Now with his new product, DEX, he is creating impact on a global scale.
We don't touch people's money. We are fully decentralized and it's going to be governed by our governance token.
What is the peak for the Bitcoin price?
Honestly, anybody who is saying that the peak price is going to be X is full of shit.
Are you happier now after the success?
100%.
Oh, really?
Oh, 100%.
So there's a direct link between money and happiness?
It's not just money, it's what money provides. When I come home, do you think I'm looking at the fucking Bugatti jerking off thinking, oh my god, this fucking zoom in? I run to my wife. I had this situation when she caught fire. I remember just picking her up, she's on fire, I'm on fire. And I'm like, if we're gonna die, we're gonna die together. We die together. There you go.
Thomas Kralow. What's up, my brother?
Good to
How
see
are you?
you.
Good morning.
To see you. Good morning.
Thought we'd start off with some J. Cole. What music do you listen to?
Different. I really enjoy classical music and Mozart and Beethoven, but I also enjoy some weird Russian music, and I also enjoy Eminem and Michael Jackson. So it's all just, and David Guetta, you know. So it's a mix.
Did you go to David Guetta on the weekend?
No, I did not.
No.
I don't go to concerts. You know, I never get any fucking dopamine. I think it's for not for me.
Not for
I'll
you.
just leave it at that.
Yeah. Okay. So, by the way, Timothy, I used to listen to Timothy, Russian rapper.
Yes.
Timothy. Yeah, my ex was Russian, so we used to go to Black Star Burger or stuff like that in Russia.
Yeah.
Whereabouts were you born?
I was born in Latvia.
Okay.
Which is a very tiny country, which is the old CIS or whatever they call it. So it's like Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, and Finland up top, and Russia to the right.
Yeah.
So.
And what age did you leave? Because you went to New York, didn't you?
Yeah, I lived in New York. So when I was in my teenage years, so basically from the age of 15 upwards, I was living in New York.
In New York, 15 to?
Into my 20s.
Into your 20s.
Yeah.
So like 7-8 years, something like that.
5-6 years. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was enough to get myself Americanized a little bit. You know?
Yeah. Queens?
No, it was actually upstate New York. It was the area of Albany, which is actually the capital of New York.
Uh-huh.
A lot of people think that, New York City is the capital of New York, but it's not.
It's Albany.
It's Albany, yeah.
Interesting. I used to live in New York.
Yeah?
I was in Manhattan, Gramercy, 18th and 3rd.
Okay.
Love that place.
Yeah, it's got its vibe. It's like when I go to US, mostly I first go to New York for a couple of days, stay at Plaza Hotel, have the ice cream of the Kevin's ice cream.
Yeah.
Then walk around the Central Park, just enjoy the vibe for a couple of days.
Yeah.
And then fuck off.
It's a circus.
Yeah.
Like every time you leave the house in New York City, it's just a circus. Oh, we can order coffee here.
No way. Okay.
Hi. How are you? What would you like? Oh, what would you
Do you
like?
guys have decaf coffee?
Decaf coffee.
Yeah.
Americano.
Americano decaf.
Americano decaf.
Hot or cold, sir?
Hot, please.
Hot.
It's winter, bro.
With the umbrella. He's got an umbrella. I will get I'm gonna get an Americano, caffeinated, with a little bit of cold milk in there, so I can drink it now.
Cold milk?
Yeah, like 20% cold milk, 80% thing. Shaq, what would you like? Shaq?
Sir, no thanks.
You okay?
Yeah.
That's it. We've got Thomas Kralow in the building. Thomas Kralow. Do you get noticed when you go out?
Yeah.
Like when you go to Dubai Mall, what happens?
No, all the time I have at least 5 people take pictures with me.
When you go to Dubai Mall, wow.
It's funny, but it's not just in Dubai Mall. It's actually all over the world. It's like it's a bit sketchy.
No way.
Yeah, like I've been recognized in I was wearing some fucking garbage on me, and I was walking in a cab in Coney Island in New York.
Coney Island.
Yeah, which was like
so isolated.
Yeah, it was the last year, and there was basically nobody. And then there was a guy, oh, Thomas. I'm like, the fuck?
The fuck? How do you know me? You're in Coney Island. You guys got internet here?
Yeah, 100%. So it's weird.
I was at Iman Gutzi's house, and we were just chilling. We were on the couch, and then this lady comes from his backyard, from the beach side. And my husband's a huge fan. I've brought you food. And I was like, this happens all the time. He goes 2-3 times a day. People come to the house.
Yeah.
But everyone knows where he lives.
Yeah.
You can figure it out.
It's a bit problematic. That's why, I'm trying to kind of not show the area too much, so that people don't start coming here and standing at the door for some reason. I used to have that a lot when I used to live in Marine and Cantor. There were a lot of people sometimes just waiting for me. There was one guy who put up a fucking billboard next to the entrance into the underground parking, saying, "Thomas Kralow, I love you," and then at the end I need a job. It was quite interesting, and I was actually trying to hire him. It actually almost worked for him, but to be honest, at the end of the day, there was nothing he can do. It's like I was trying to. He's a construction worker, and he was just working across the street. So he was from India, and he was so persistent. I was like, okay, if a guy is persistent, I respect that.
Yeah.
I respect persistency. Because usually people, they give it a try and it doesn't work out and then go live your miserable life. But this guy, he was like so fucking, for months, man, half a year. It drove me nuts. And I was like, okay, I got to do something with him. But it just didn't work out. But he did well.
So you tried?
I tried.
You tried. So you reached out to him?
Yes, I did.
Wow.
Yeah, I took his number and I was trying to offer him a few ideas of what we can do, and just nothing kind of clicked. And because I cannot just give him a job for the sake of giving him a job. Of course. I don't run a charity.
No, that's a charity. Because you mentor a lot of people.
I used to a lot. Right now I'm kind of transitioning to entrepreneurship more, but yes, yeah.
I remember you used to always be like, I'm taking, 10 people, I'm taking them, teaching them how to trade and this and that. You used to mentor a lot of people.
I used to do a lot of that, yeah.
Was that rewarding? Was that fulfilling? What happened?
It was eye-opening, for sure. It was very interesting. I actually grew together with these people because, when you work and you connect energies in between human beings, you kind of, if you are interested in it, you kind of use each other for a staircase, even if you're the one pulling them.
Yeah.
Because they're asking you sometimes questions that you don't know the answers to, and if you feel the responsibility towards them, then you can actually go out and you research the topic, so you actually evolve as well, because you cannot know everything.
Sure.
So it was interesting. It was also good money, because I never did shit for free, and I never will in this life. Life is too short to do shit for free. But overall, it was, it was very demanding, energy-wise.
Yeah.
Like getting together like 20 people and guiding them for 3 days and giving them energy. Very demanding.
Very demanding. I mean, it would be draining, I would imagine.
Very, very.
It'd be very draining, and then you wouldn't be able to do your entrepreneurialism.
Yeah. That's why I learned to choose.
Yeah.
So like these days, I try to not work more than straight 8 hours a day. I used to work 16 hours a day. It's like
straight.
Like non-stop. Right now, I kind of am still zoned in 24/7, 365. Since I don't drink, I don't really do stupid shit, so I'm always busy with what interests me. But overall, I'm trying to kind of chill, because I know that from a good standpoint of energy, it's easier to do big things. So.
Yeah, you got to protect your energy, especially in a place like Dubai where there's so many people, the energy can rub off on you.
Yes, and you need to learn to say no.
Yes.
Because so many people, like till this day, they offer me, let's go to this event. Every day I'm invited to some shit. And for the most part, it's pretty fucking useless. For the most part, these are the places where people are hoping to meet someone. So, and I've been through that for far too long. So it's like, it's not my thing.
How long have you been in Dubai for?
4 years, approximately, a bit less.
I've been here 1 year and 6 months. And when I went back to Australia, I feel like my soul got rest. Right? Hi. How's it going? We got Thomas Kralow in the house. Straight away. This one has milk? Yeah. Appreciate you.
So the other one is decaf, yeah?
Decaf? Decaf.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
All right, Shaq, could I throw this here? So I went to Australia recently, and I just felt like my soul went back to home. And even though I feel like this place is my home, but it's because I didn't know how to say no. I was here and I was saying yes to everything. I wasn't setting any boundaries, and I was losing myself, and I was getting lost in it.
Yeah.
So you've been through that, and you've come out, and you're saying, now we need to learn how to say no.
Yeah.
I'm at that stage of my life.
Yeah.
I need to learn to say no.
It's at some point you just reach a certain threshold of what you want to achieve. Because if you're still in active phase of trying to make money or build network, you got to do this stuff. Because at the end of the day, even networking, you go through 100 people, 99 will be pretty useless, and 1 will be interesting. Yeah. It's like until this day, I still go to networking events, like more.
That's where I met you.
Yeah, the vetted ones and stuff. But even then, even there's going to be a lot of weird people,
Of
so
course.
You need to filter out. But it really depends on what you're doing. If you're active, you have to be fucking tired a little bit. I got to be doing this shit, But certain point you just reach a place where you're like, I'm okay.
Yeah.
You know, I kind of don't need to fucking
Go there. Yeah. This is what I'm going to tell you. This is what I think about you. Okay. I think you're a piece of shit. I'm kidding. I think
I would maybe even agree. You know.
if you speak to my wife, I'm sure have you been speaking to my wife? I think you are no longer at the stage. You're on the other side of the table. You're no longer at the stage of trying to make money. You're at the other side of the table now, where you have to protect your money.
Both. Yeah, I'm still not where I would like to be money-wise, but we're getting there slowly. But overall, you're right. You know, I kind of sometimes have more worries about not losing rather than making.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like you're at that stage now, which is a great stage to be in.
Every stage is great. You know, every stage is a part of the journey, which is the beauty of this life. You know, like, for the most part, unless there's going to be some biotech revolution in the next 30 years, probably we'll all die. So all that mattered at the end is not Bugattis, it's not Richard Milles, it is life. It is the journey of doing it.
Yeah.
So when you're actually in the process of doing it, that's what matters, really.
So you've enjoyed every step on the way?
Not every step.
Not every step.
No, by far not. But I tried. You know, I'm still learning to actually really enjoy every step. But it's hard. You know, there's sometimes you still, regardless of what level you're at, if you're, you know, just a high school student or you're Vladimir Putin, you're gonna have problems. And those problems are gonna be driving you nuts at different levels.
Yeah.
So it just the matter is how you perceive them and how you treat them, and that's it. How you act. Which is easier said than fucking done.
Of course.
Because you know, I can speak very smartly, but sometimes I go fucking hysterical, you know, saying that, you know, oh, you gotta meditate, but sometimes you just have to fucking crush your iPhone, you know.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
it's
Through
gonna,
your iPhone.
Yeah.
Are you happier now after the success compared to before?
Oh, for sure, 100%.
Oh, really?
Oh, 100%.
So there's a direct link between money and happiness.
You know, it's hard to put direct link on. It's not just money, because people think that, oh, money is what makes people happy. For the most part, it's what money provides. It is safety, it's security. You know, I wake up in the morning, I know I don't need to go anywhere. How can you not be happy in this state of mind? You know, when you're waking up in the morning, you understand you have 300 hungry kids, you got $50 to your name, and you gotta go to your fucking 3 jobs, you haven't slept for 3 months. I don't think you're gonna be able to really sleep well. And you're gonna be able to feel happy.
That's an extreme though.
Oh, well, yeah, sure.
That's an extreme. But if we go middle class,
Okay.
when you're middle class to being super rich.
Then in that case, what matters is your ego. And for me, I had always huge ego. And I think it's fine. Everybody's different. Somebody has smaller ego, somebody has crazier ego than mine. Everybody's different. So if your ego really wants that success, maybe it's programming from childhood, whatever. And when you reach it, that's what actually gives you the satisfaction that you've done it. Not the fact that you got the money, the fact that you did it. You know, so it's then it becomes, you know, the ego.
I don't really feel an ego from you though.
You know, it's not an ego that, you know, drives me to the point where I try to push people down or, you know, I try to compare myself to someone. No, it is just, I'm competing with myself. You know, so that's why I have so many friends and people really, you know, they perceive me slightly differently before they actually talk to me from Instagram, because Instagram is just, you know, fucking bling and it's marketing. But in reality, like, I don't compare myself to anyone. Like, you know, people are saying, oh, you're trying to copy Andrew Tate. I have good respect for the guy. The fact that I am bold, it doesn't mean that I'm trying to copy him. You know, I'm just living my best life, and quite frankly, I don't give a fuck about anybody's opinion.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. I just don't feel like I feel like you are too self-aware to have an ego. You're very self-aware.
no, I'm quite self-aware, but again, you gotta have ego if you want to drive yourself beyond the point of 90% of patience of people. You know, it's like.
Yeah.
And sometimes you need to be a tiny bit crazy, you know, and sometimes even I cannot explain why I do shit that I do. Why can't I just fucking stop for 5 minutes, you know? So it's like, yeah, call it ego, it really depends, you know. How,
Interesting.
yeah.
The Bugatti.
Yeah.
Are you a motorhead and you love cars and you wanted the Bugatti, or is it marketing?
I'll tell you the truth. Can I tell you the truth?
Please.
About my entire life. I have 11 income streams. Most of them are associated with, I'll put it this way, most of them are scalable through social media. So if it wasn't for my businesses that are scalable through social media, I wouldn't be on social media. So, but would I still have the shit that I have if I wasn't on social media? Yes. So I'd still have the Bugatti. But since I do have it, I do use it for marketing. So it is always both. Like for me, the bigger house I have, the more I fly on private jets, the more stuff I show, the more attention I attract, and attention equals money because it's monetizable. So yeah, it's both.
Attention equals money because it's monetizable.
Yeah, 100%.
That's the word that we take away from this so far.
No, absolutely, because attention of people is what marketing is. That's how any business works. That's how any price, is being developed, even in the stock market. If there is attention to the stock, it's gonna grow.
Yeah.
It's just fucking supply and demand.
Yeah.
With anything is like this. If, for example, watches, there's more interest in watches, and there is more views of those watches, that there's more people who have desire to acquire those and procure those. So it is just direct correlation. Yeah.
You've mentored people. Why you? Why are you Thomas Kralow, and why is other people not Thomas Kralow? What do you see that is different about you compared to the people that you've mentored?
I've been analyzing this for a long time. I think that it comes down to quite a few small but very intricate things. For one, it is the desire. And it might sound a bit controversial because if you think about it, everybody has the desire to, have a Bugatti or have a house and all this. But that's not what I mean. What people don't have desire for, because I have huge desire to actually work for it. I have because I do understand that there is direct correlation between me working and me getting lucky in something. You make your own luck. In my life, I've been lucky a few times, but to be honest, I was more unlucky than lucky. So I kind of consider that I've made my own luck at the end of the day overall. So most people, they want to be me, or they want to be somebody that they're following. Maybe it's an Andrew Tate, maybe it is Iman Gadzi, maybe it's, I don't know, fucking whoever else, Mark Cuban. But the problem is that they don't even conceive how much work has gone into being one of those people, and how much work has gone into for example, in my case, into my spirituality, and my fitness, and my nutrition, and my relationships, and my work with different coaches, and that's even outside the world of money making, There's so much shit that, quite frankly, most people are just not ready for it. I've met some people that I've mentored, and they told me, Thomas, please give me the truth. How is it? How was your journey for the 10 years? I described it, and there were literally people who said, I'm fine where I am.
Well, the CEO of NVIDIA, did you hear what he said? If I knew how much work it's going to take for me to get to where I am today, I wouldn't have done it.
Oh my God,
Do you remember that?
It's so true.
Because I wouldn't have done it.
It's so true. Like, really, it's so true. Like, every time when I start a project, I'm like, it's going to be easy.
Yeah.
It's going to be quick.
Yeah.
It's going to be like we got a community, right?
Yeah.
Like with EVIDEX that we're doing now, we're closing the pre-seed now with, finally, this is my biggest success actually with the EVIDEX. And, I initially thought it was going to be a different journey. For one, I thought it was going to take 3 times less money. And now I'm millions of dollars into it. And I just cannot stop, because if you stop, then you fucking give up.
Then you fail.
And I'm not the guy that gives up.
Yeah.
It's that's why I'm unbeatable, because I will just not give up.
Keep going.
I'll just keep my teeth clenched like a fucking pit bull. I will not let go until they shoot me.
Well, if you stop, that means you failed.
Yeah, because the only way to fail is if you give up and if you stop.
Yeah.
So I think this is one that really, to answer your question, that I think that this is the one primary driver. And the second driver is that people are just genuinely lazy. I can tell you the truth. And it's not about, a lot of people think it is about, this the third thing actually, I'll probably separate those. The third most important thing, what a lot of people don't understand, is stress resistance. A lot of people quit and therefore lose because they just can't stand it. Maybe it is hate on social media. Maybe it is not support from their loved ones. Maybe it is just, community laughing at you or whatever. And then maybe it's just so fucking stressful and so much pressure that you just are like, I don't need no fucking money no more. Yeah. Like, I had those few points in my life, and I developed a few techniques that helped me to avoid these situations, but I had these points in my life where I'm sitting there, I'm looking at the money, I see the potential of what I can make, and I'm not even interested in it because of how much fucking stress I have to go through.
Yeah.
Like the Rockefeller he's been like with Carnegie, they were, I'd probably say richest people ever lived possibly. And Rockefeller has said that he had, a few heart issues from what I remember, I think, or it was anyway. So, and he said the concept was that the money sometimes is just not worth the stress. Because, he's got all that money, but, if you looked at Rockefeller and his pictures, he had so much fucking stress, he looked dead.
Yeah.
So, do you really want to, I'd rather have, this is what I've learned.
Okay.
I'd rather have just a few $100 million and just be free and happy and really enjoy than have 10 billion but be in fucking crazy stress daily.
But I don't feel like few hundred million is be happy, free, and enjoy. 300 million is a stressful life.
It's manageable, I think. A few hundred million. I know so many people. Like I know a few billionaires. I know quite a few guys who are centimillionaires. And I tell you that those whose net worth is like, from my friends, like 300 to 500 million. That's the happy spot.
Happy spot.
In
300 to 500.
Yeah, I know a few billionaires. I don't know a single happy billionaire.
No way.
Not a fucking one. And like all of them are either just borderline robots, but because their schedule, like my schedule is pretty crazy, but their schedule is like, it's fucking insane. Like I don't understand, is that a human being?
Yeah.
So, and they kind of maybe make themselves believe that they enjoy it,
yeah.
but I don't really think so.
Yeah.
So, that's just maybe there are some happy billionaires. I don't know. I'm not saying I don't know all of them. So I know just a few.
Yeah.
So.
Interesting. Because I'll tell you something. You used to be lazy. Me and you are very similar because listen, I can show you photos that I've reversed aging. I show girls, I'm single, right? So I go on dates with girls. I show them photos of me 2-3 years ago and they say, if you would have looked like that, I would have never gone on a date with you, right? And I know you have also been down that road where we've both reversed backwards.
Yeah, I used to, at 20, I looked older than I look now.
Yeah,
10
same.
years ago.
Yeah, same.
But that's all about nutrition. That's about sleep. It's about understanding yourself and your body to the point where you're balanced.
Yeah, but we mentally weren't at the stage of wanting to look into that.
True, as well.
Yeah.
No, you're absolutely right. I've been lazy all my life. Like, if I cling into something, like, I push. But overall, everything around, I'm lazy. Dude, I don't cook. I have a chef.
Yeah.
I don't drive. I have a driver unless I drive the Bugatti. That's different shit.
Of course.
So I have so many employees living with me at the mansion just because I don't do anything. Like I sit at the breakfast table. I just don't even put the dishes into the sink. Like I'm lazy to do this shit. Like I'm not supposed to be doing this.
Yeah.
So therefore there is laziness in everybody, but there is bad type of laziness. There's good laziness of the shit that you just don't need in your life.
Yeah.
And then there is bad laziness when you just don't do anything at all.
I want to know what made that click, because I'm sure there's people watching this that used to be us, right? Out of shape, not taking care of themselves, everything, right?
Yeah.
And what made that click for you? For me, it was heartbreak, right? What was that click for you where you said, I need to change something?
You know, one of the biggest clicks was my life turned around when I quit drinking. I quit drinking it's going to be soon 8 years. So not a single beer, nothing for, like it's 31st of January. I still remember this because I had a big alcohol problem and I had many issues because of it. I was supposed to go to jail actually.
Wow.
Because I was running away from police in my AMG Mercedes. It was my first cool car that I made my first million from trading. And I had issues with alcohol and I bought myself this AMG and there was like a fucking police chase and stuff. So after that,
New York?
No. It was in Europe.
Okay.
So, it was generally a horrible experience, and I just realized that I should change, and I just realized that I can. Like, why can't I? I look at so many people, also back then, around me, and even in Europe, there are young guys driving brand new BMWs, M5s, Porsches. How? Like, what's the fucking difference? And I knew some of them, and I spoke to some of them, and they didn't really, I didn't see anything extraordinary in them, which made me think that, fuck, if they can't do it, why can't I do it? So, and I just started digging deeper and deeper, and the more I was digging into it in terms of business, entrepreneurship, trading, etc., the more I got hooked on it. And just here I am.
But 99% of people don't make money on trading.
Yeah, for sure. No, 100%. Yeah, I think that sometimes there is probably even a statistic of 100% of people losing money in trading.
Yeah. So where did you stand out?
So for me, it was a different journey because the person whom I learned from was an asset manager and also a retail trader. So it was more of proper types of strategies and most importantly, proper analysis and, back testing and proper accounting and statistical work around trading. Because oftentimes what do people do? They open a chart and they maybe learn some kind of a technical strategy or basic risk management and off they go. But in reality, when you do it in this way, it becomes gambling.
Of course.
Why? Because in reality, you cannot be always right. Mostly a good trader will have a success rate of between 35 to 45%. So, and therefore, your average take profit to stop loss ratio has got to be 3-1. And it's like, it's good stuff, but it's like so fucking basic. And that's what mostly people use and they think they're smart. So my journey in trading was a bit more complex. It was a very serious approach, and I was treating it as a business, like something that I'm very serious about. Because you cannot compete in the industry where only a few percent make money, and you're competing with the richest, smartest, and the most advanced and stress resistant, and you just cannot not compete in every sense of the word. So I understood trading from a different perspective. So, and even then I wanted to quit probably 10 times. And it was like active trading journey, which is probably, I don't want to demotivate people, I want to give them the reality, was one of the hardest times of my life probably.
Wow.
Yeah. But it worked because I kind of, my initial good money, because first I almost blew up my deposit. And then within 6 months, the market was so good, and I was trading TradFi, I wasn't in crypto back then. So the market was so good that I at some point thought that maybe I'm just lucky. You know, but then I kind of accepted that it's just good times in the market and just being persistent, correct, and technical, and that's it. But yeah, I know guys that also are good traders, but they lost everything.
I feel like you have really good emotional intelligence. How, because just the way you talk, and I don't know, just the way you talk, the way you speak, the way you're clean cut with everything that you say, I feel like you really think about it and you think to yourself, and I think you'd be like that with your wife as well. You'd be like, okay, because you know, wife and husband, they always know how to trigger each other, right? And I feel like you'd be able to get stronger mentally to know how to not react or whatever. Do you think emotional intelligence, because the charts is emotion. You look at a chart, it's emotion.
The entire price action of all instruments is psychology.
Yeah.
Why are they buying or selling? So certainly there is algorithmic trading and all that, but it still is controlled by a human being. So 90% of the price action is all driven by emotion.
Yeah.
So, and fear, greed, etc.
Is that what makes you different from other people?
I don't think to be honest, I've made so many mistakes in trading, and I've made so many fucking miserable, expensive mistakes, and I even made them when I knew I'm making them. So it was emotional. So I've made those mistakes as well, but at least I think what makes me different is that I try to learn from my mistakes. It's not an idiot who makes a mistake, it's an idiot who repeats it 10 times, you know? And I try to not repeat a mistake more than twice.
Yeah.
Twice is all right.
Fool me once, shame on you. Yeah. No, I get you. Fail forward. You know, you always have to fail forward. I mean, when I first got into crypto, I bought at the high and I sold at the low.
Oh, it happened to me.
Right.
It still happens to me all the time. You know, when I look at the price, and sometimes, you know, you kind of want to degen into it.
Yeah.
And most of the time, this feeling comes when everything is obvious. When everything is so beautiful, the setup is great, but usually this is the fucking reverse psychology, because market makers don't like to give hamsters money.
No.
So therefore, you kind of have to think inverse retail logic, but when you're doing that, you're actually thinking against your human nature, because when everything is crashing and taking a shit, like when I was buying $500,000 worth of Bitcoin at 16K, people said I'm crazy. But it turned out to be one of the best trades I've ever done. It's like millions of dollars up from just that purchase down there, and I bought a lot of Bitcoin throughout the years. So it's like when everything is dropping and everybody's so fucking scared that everybody's like, you know, Bitcoin is a scam, this is the time to buy. But it's so hard to do so. So that's what I've learned throughout the years. Like with big capital, I go in with big money and usually spot when I'm scared shitless.
Yeah.
When I'm scared to death, I deploy capital. Like I force myself.
So you force yourself, you force your hand.
And when everything seems great, I try to think about taking profits. And it doesn't always work.
That's hard.
That's so hard.
That's hard.
But at the end of the day, you're like, damn, it's fucking, because if you see that there is, you know, huge distribution, huge volume that just came out of nowhere, and we spiked so much that there is gonna be, you know, this band cannot keep stretching endlessly, and this is what hamsters keep expecting, that this shit is going to keep going up forever. That's not how the market works. Market makers don't like people making money. So, but it's inverse logic, and it's inverse human nature almost.
You know how I look at it? I look at it as a buffet, right? You're the first person at the buffet or the last person at the buffet. When you're the first person at the buffet, the food is everywhere, you take all the food. You're the last person at the buffet, it's finished. Right? The money's gone, you're going down, you're losing money. You have to be the first person at the buffet.
Yeah, true. I think that this is, you know, just like with anything in life, quite frankly, I've noticed this everywhere in business. And sometimes I see even, like, for example, because we have so many different businesses and like educational businesses, we spent millions of dollars on targeted ads throughout the years, and we know how to run ad sets. And we see sometimes there is a strategy that works, but then even in like marketing, we see some companies start to utilize it 2 years later when we're actually starting to quit it.
Yeah.
You know, like, and they're so fucking late at the party. So you gotta be quick. You gotta be fast.
You gotta be quick. Are you're famous, right?
Relatively.
Are you on government radars? Like is Putin trying to kill you?
I am on the government radar in Latvia
Why?
because I'm one of the. I don't know if it's gonna sound so fucking cheesy,
Let's take him to the police, shall we? Let's take Interpol.
no, it's not anything like this. It's just that Latvia is so small, and I'm probably one of the most famous people in Latvia.
Yeah.
And I'm probably, from social media, I'm the most successful for the last 20 years probably.
Yeah.
And theoretically, if you would put, like, I'd probably be one of the richest people in Latvia.
Wow.
So, and like, I mean, there is probably one Bugatti in Latvia, and it's not even in Latvia, it's somewhere in Monaco. So so Latvia is like, it's 1.5 million people. So therefore, I'm pretty sure. I mean, my head of my security, he's also in Latvian forces. So sometimes for fun, I just check through him if there is any interest in me for whatever reason. Because as we know, you don't need to really do anything wrong for them to have interest in you.
Of course. Look at Tate.
Yeah. So there is so many instances where you attract a lot of attention, and there is governments that really just basically want to make money off of you. There is a lot of bullshit. I don't want to say anything precise, but there is a lot of very dark shit. And that's why when you are really standing out like a fucking pimple on a surface, of the ass, it's like you can fucking see it from a mile away. You start to attract.
You want a puppet?
Yeah, they, actually, you know what? I was reached out to by a lot of, I'm not going to say their names, by Latvian politicians, by like local senators, whatever they're called, like big people and their teams, and they wanted me to help them with like in terms of elections and media. So they wanted me to kind of influence Latvian, because me, like for example in TikTok, some of my videos in Latvian, they're getting hundreds of thousands of views, when in the whole Latvia there is 700,000 TikTok accounts registered. Wow. So you can imagine how much theoretical power I can have in Latvia, and all the young people look at me, up to me like I'm the Latvian Andrew Tate, So, but this also comes with certain drawbacks. Whenever I travel, I always try to travel in a smart way. So I don't, so there's no anticipation of me in that country. So there's I mean, it's fun, but you got to be very careful. And when you're doing something very loud, you got to be aware of these kinds of things, and you need to start thinking about security. You need to start thinking about, protection and some kind of insider people in the government. Small stuff, like nothing major, but so that you are aware of what is happening, so you don't get surprised like a fucking idiot. Yeah. It's suddenly at the airport. Yeah. I don't come to a country unless I know there is no interest in me in that country.
I see. So you do your prior research.
Of course, always. Yeah.
So obviously the Latvian politicians want you to rally behind them and say, "Oh, Thomas Kralow is with me," so
There were quite a few politicians making videos about me, trying to get fucking hype. There were some congressmen, whatever. It's a different system there a little bit, but let's call them congressmen. They would make videos about me, and for example on TikTok, normally they get 5,000 to 10,000 views. Latvian TikTok, it's not small amount. It's like it's legitimate. If they make video about me, they get 50 to 100K. It's just like, wow. It's like that's it's like if anybody from Latvia makes, there are guys who are they're selling cars. Yeah. And they're making a video of the car. And then if they say in the video, do you think Thomas Kralow would like this car? It gets more views. So
just because of your name, the algorithm likes it.
But it's only in Latvia, so that's why why I'm kind of on the radar. I'm 100% sure that the special forces of Latvia know about me.
You know what we should do? I mean, what you should do? But I mean, I'd like to be part of it. We should run for politics in Latvia.
I was, at some point I was thinking about it, but I know a lot of politicians there, I know a lot of people there, and I know that it's just not worth it. It's not fun, and they make shit up, they put people in jail. And I don't want to say anything more about it, and I just don't want to be part of it. It's no fun.
So you don't want to get into politics? No. But you would win?
I'd probably win.
Because you control social media there?
Yeah, I'd probably win. Yeah, but...
It's nice to know you would win, though.
Yeah.
Let's not do it, but it's nice to know you would win.
Yeah, it's funny. I was thinking, I made a video once, I said, if I would be running for president, would you guys vote for me? And I got like 100,000 views, and people said that yes, that they let's do it. But the funny thing is that in Latvia, the president is not elected. The president is appointed.
By who?
By the Congress, like the bunch of fucking senators or whatever.
So it's not a voting system?
Yeah, there is a voting system for the Congress.
And then the Congress select which one goes to
the president.
But they would choose you. Because you're marketable.
They would not choose me because I'm uncontrollable. See, I would do shit that actually would work, and they would not like it.
But you're a good enough salesman to convince.
Yeah, but see, that is the thing, as soon as in this big game, and especially when you're on their territory, and you don't own the entire fucking thing. If I'd become a $100 billion type of person, and I could turn it into my own country, maybe turn it into my own little playground or something, because you just have too much power. You can overpower anything,
of course,
with that kind of money. But do you really want to play that dictator game?
You don't want to go down that road. I'll tell you something. I watched a documentary about Putin. When Putin first came into power, he was different, right? Now he's different. And they looked at the psychology of politicians. When they get a taste of power, they get addicted.
It's huge addiction,
And over time, they start feeding that addiction rather than the goodness of the people or anything like that. So if you go down that road, imagine in 20 years' time, you'd become this tyrant.
I look at Putin, I have, because there's this conflict, Russia-Ukraine, everybody has a different opinion, because if somebody has friends in Ukraine, it's one thing. If you have friends in Russia, you have a different opinion. It's all being influenced, theoretically. But if you dig deeper into geopolitics, it's not what it seems. It's a very different and a very complex situation. And quite frankly, I look at Zelensky, I look at Putin, and, do I really, like, Putin is probably one of the most richest people in the world, and like this kind of power and stuff. But I don't think that he actually enjoys it. How can you? You cannot leave the house. You cannot go out without 50 cars and 100 bodyguards with AR-15s and some rocket launchers and a fucking helicopter and 2 fighter jets. It is kind of limiting, isn't it? So this power is pressing down on you so hard that I don't think that, and he cannot even leave it, because as soon as, if he gives up his mandate, he's like, guys, I'm too old, I'm fucking tired, he will die, they will kill him. So it's like you are in your own fucking casket, you're dead but alive. I don't know, I don't want to live like this.
Can I make an observation? You live like that on a smaller scale, if you think about
it. I know. That's why I'm considering sometimes whether I should just stop.
You live like that a little bit on the small as well. You go to the mall, everyone wants to take photos with you. You want to live out, so nobody bothers you.
Yeah, we also have a bit of experience with security. Like whenever we go to Latvia, we also have like bodyguards with guns and stuff. It's pretty cool. Like we have like a couple of cars in line and go. It's interesting and stuff. But actually, it's fun when you do it a few times. But like I wouldn't be able to live like this. That's why in Hollywood, like Justin Bieber can barely walk out. It's impossible. I wouldn't want to live like this. Oftentimes people look at all this, fame and fortune, and they think, oh my God, these people are so lucky. Not necessarily. It depends on where you are, what your place in life, just as a person. So sometimes all these things and attributes can have more fucking issues, bring more issues to your life than you think.
Looking back on your journey, what would you change? What would you, I wish I was less famous. I wish I didn't do this. I'm not talking about what would you change, I shouldn't have sold my Bitcoin. Not like that. More like the image-wise. What's something with image-wise? Because you built yourself, right? The person that you've built today, which you've done a great job, what is it something that you regret building in this character that you've built that is Thomas Kralow?
I probably regret not building my spirituality timely. So not working on my spirituality and being too pragmatic for too long. Because my wife, that I've been with for so many years, she's always been more, as we call it, 5D. I'm a pragmatic person. I'm a 3D person. I'm the money person. If somebody comes to me with an idea, I want to see the business plan, kind of a thing.
Sure.
My wife is different. My wife believes in energy. She believes in good place in life, in happiness, and just doing things from that state of mind, and who cares about the business plan? Borderline magic, borderline crazy, But when you combine those two worlds, you actually believe, you actually love, you actually are happy, you're actually grateful at every single step, and you're grateful for the journey and for the chance to merely exist on this piece of sand called Earth, drifting to fucking from nowhere to nowhere. And you just enjoy the fact that you are here, this moment. A lot of the times, what is also important, my realization, this is something I really wanted to realize long ago, which I didn't, is that, okay, if you take a look at any given person, The fact that you're alive, billions of coincidences had to happen for the planet Earth to sustain the atmosphere and the ozone layer in such a way that in hundreds of millions of years, people would start to exist. And you're one of them. And you're living in one of the best times ever. There is wars, this and that, but there is so much safety. If you're in the right place, there's so much opportunity like never before. Globalization is insane in terms of opportunity. So, and considering all these things, you are already lucky by 99%. And people think, oh, I'm so unhappy, I'm so miserable, you know, if I would have this fucking Huracan Lamborghini, I'd be a really happy person. But the Huracan is like 0.1%, bro. Already in comparison to your life, to your existence here now today. And it's a big problem. That's what causes a record level of depression in the US right now. 22% of US citizens are currently clinically depressed. Fucking hell. Why? Because they don't understand being in the moment. They don't understand what is love, happiness, and gratitude.
Yeah.
Dude, when I come home, do you think I'm looking at the fucking Bugatti jerking off thinking, oh my God, this fucking Zoom? I run to my wife.
Yeah.
I run to my turtle.
Yeah.
I just snug with them. I watch a movie. And then, I take a ride in a Bugatti with a cigar, you know? But
and jerk off.
But it's like, that's like 5% of it, you know?
Yeah.
But the 95% is existence, it's being, it's energy, it's connection,
Yeah.
it's happiness.
Fuck, I love that.
It's so different and it's so basic, but when you do understand it, when you live it,
Yeah.
you're like, life is about different stuff.
Yeah.
Money is great.
Yeah.
I love money.
Yeah.
But it's not all.
Yeah.
By far.
Of course. I did a Instagram post recently and my caption was, nothing in the mall will make you happy in 5 years unless you meet your soulmate.
That's so true. You know, I see a lot of Andrew Tate, Dan Bilzerian, all this bunch of pussy with them all the time.
Yeah.
Like, dude, if I wanted to, I can not just rent a jet, I can fucking buy one. I can put 20 hookers into it. Bro, give me 24 hours. I'll take care of it. There's gonna be 2 bags of Coke. I don't know, like, I've never tried Coke, by the way, but I'm just saying what's possible.
Yeah.
And you'll be on your way to Vegas.
Yeah.
That's easy. It's all that it takes is money.
Yeah.
Real relationship, real respect, real love, real connection. That's what's expensive. That's what's actually got, no, I shouldn't say expensive, that's what's got worth.
Yeah.
This is hard because it takes years to build something like this. You can be with a girl for a few years, you might, but if you, the same thing with friends, like my best friends, I've known them for 25 years, like for fucking since 5 years old. That's a friend.
Yeah.
You've been through so much shit together.
Yeah.
You know, but you know, that's why so many people are saying, oh, I have so many friends. Like, who are these people?
Yeah.
Like, these are at best your distant acquaintances.
Yeah.
And people are throwing this word around, you know, friends and stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, these are just the general concepts.
Yeah. So, bringing it back, you wish you would. There's no. It's not, you're happy with the level of fame you've built. You're happy with that. You just wish you worked on your spirituality more.
Yeah. I wished I would enjoy the journey more. That's just in short. I'd wished, because so many times I just attributed too much value to what could happen. You know, so I would be living in the future, not in the present, and I would have a shit ton of anchors from the past. So you gotta fucking cut those anchors loose because the past is the past, and coming back. And you should start to think less emotionally about the future because it's not there yet. All we've got is there right now, and you know, with all this food and all this garbage, this sugar and everything that is even like in any produce these days, you can never know when you're gonna die. You know, might suddenly have a blood clot and you're fucking dead. Aneurysm, whatever shit. You know, it's like you got a cancer.
Yeah.
So therefore, understanding this, you shouldn't be focused on it. Otherwise, you can go fucking crazy.
Yeah.
But you need to understand that life is so fragile. It is so, like, it's a nothing.
Yeah.
If you really think about it.
Yeah.
So, and you know, being just too serious about it is the problem of many people, which keeps them away from success and freedom.
Yeah. Very well said. Very well said. By the way, I'm really enjoying this conversation. Okay, like, dude, I have so many questions. I haven't asked any. I haven't asked any questions at all. Okay. So, I guess, you know, I've met. By the way, going back to the America thing. I have a theory. I have a thing on my phone. That one.
All right.
You haven't had one of these in a while, huh?
I have
this
one.
Is too old for you now.
No, but I have the same one.
You still have it?
I have. Yeah, it's parked there.
Oh, you still have
It's
it,
650.
Yeah, 650.
Yeah, I
That's
still
right.
have it. I'm changing it now, but yeah.
Yeah.
So I have still the same thing. It's one of the best, really. I fucking love it.
I love it. I love it. I was with the royal family of Abu Dhabi. We were with Dan Bilzerian 2 weeks ago on one of their islands.
The Al Nahyan family?
I don't know.
But
I
Abu
don't know
Dhabi, that's Al Nahyan.
Yeah. So it would be.
Now the reason why I'm asking is because the street where you picked me up, this is like every house is Abu Dhabi royal family.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
even my
really?
house too, yeah.
Oh, they own it.
Yeah.
Ah,
It's the
interesting.
house of Sheikh Hamad.
No way.
So yeah, I'm his tenant.
The house that you live in,
Yeah.
Sheikh Hamad.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they have an island in the middle, private island,
Yeah.
and we went there and stuff like that. Because Dan Bilzerian was there, so we had to entertain him. And then the royal family go, when are you going to upgrade? I was like, oh shit, okay. I knew I had to upgrade.
Yeah.
I knew I had to go upgrade. America. Okay, I've got a thing on my phone called Maybach Thoughts, right? If a thought comes into my head while I'm sitting in the back, I write it down.
Yep.
There's two types of worlds. There's two worlds in this world. There's the first world and the third world. Okay, I wouldn't necessarily say the first world is so much better than the third world, because in the third world they work to be able to put food on the table that night to be able to survive.
Yep.
We live in a consumerism world. Who can have more cars, more houses, more Lamborghinis, more this, more
Yeah.
that? That never-ending race of competition,
Yeah.
I would say, is just as hard as having to work to put food on the table that night.
For sure. It's, as I said, you got problems at every level.
Yeah.
So, and there is so many levels to this game you would not believe. I remember when I was poor and I with my wife, well, back then I wasn't exactly poor. Like I had some money already that I made in trading, but it wasn't the money that was on a table, and we were spending it.
Sure.
But anyway, so I remember we were living at a very simple apartment. We were not spending, like I didn't even have like a fucking an Audemars Piguet watch or whatever. So it was just very simple life at that time. And I remember how we were always thinking about how much easier life will get. But in reality, it doesn't get easier unless you make it easier. And that's why, and you start to realize that at any point, wherever you are, a lot of people will hate on this in the comments because they're gonna say, oh, it's easy for you from the back of my back to fucking say shit. But in reality, through my journey, from like I had times when I had nothing to the times when I had most stuff, I'd say, that I wanted, you will realize, number one, that there is so many levels to this game that it's endless. Like, when you're poor, everybody around you is poor. Like when with my wife, we were living in a simple apartment, simple neighbors, simple friends, everybody's simple. We didn't have fucking billionaires, and now we have DEX that's supported by, incredible people. So but even then, you think, okay, if I would have been, just to summarize, if I would go back in time 10 years and you would tell me that I'm where I am today, I wouldn't believe it.
Correct.
But am I satisfied here? Yeah. Because once I got here, I realized there is so many rich people, far richer than me, and I see the life that they live. Like I buy a Bugatti, I feel great, then I go to some house, there's fucking 7 of them. Yeah. I'm like, who are you? Yeah. The fuck you do? Like, there is I'm into watch collecting. I have a relatively small watch collection, like 6 pieces that are like $1 million in total, so I'm very proud of it, and I thought I'm a watch collector. Then I met a guy,
of course,
who is a watch collector.
Yeah.
He told me about his watch collection, which is like $50 million.
Whoa.
I was crying in my soul.
Wow.
And I was like, who are you?
Yeah.
And what do you do?
Yeah.
And he tells me, he's like, Thomas, I went to this event once with some really rich people.
Ooh.
So do you understand, the guy's probably close to like a billionaire.
So he has levels then.
And then he says, dude, I couldn't compete. There were guys whose watch collections are in hundreds of millions of dollars. Yeah. And then I was even trying to what do you buy? Like you buy just literally every watch with different fucking dial and bezel and color. Like how do you spend $500 million on watches? Yeah. But anyway, and then they were just like, but whatever. It's like, who are you? Yeah. And there's probably so many trillionaires that already, maybe Putin is one of them, that we don't even know about. This Musk, Jeff Bezos, this Bernard Arnault, I think it's all just a joke. Yeah. It's all just to fucking steer off the attention from real money.
Of course.
So there is so many levels to this fucking game. Wherever you go, you get into cars, you get into watches, you get into yachts, you get into whatever, women. you know, and then you realize that fuck, this journey is like there is no top for this mountain.
Correct.
It doesn't even exist. It just is. It's endless. It's Sisyphean. You know, there's God Sisyphus that was cursed to push the stone up the fucking mountain, and it was just programmed to always roll back.
Yeah.
So it's a Sisyphean activity. It's useless.
Yes.
So theoretically, sometimes it's quite useless too.
I say the same thing. I have the same philosophy, but the way I say it is there's two games in life you'll never win. The game of money and the game of women. There'll always be a prettier girl, younger girl, whatever it is, and there's always going to be somebody else richer.
Yeah, 100%.
You have to be happy with what you have.
Yeah.
You're never going to win those games.
But it's so hard to understand, isn't it? It's like the same thing with inverse trading logic. You know, you're shorting when everybody's longing and longing when everybody's shorting.
Yeah.
So inverse retail logic, but it's so hard intrinsically.
Yeah.
Same thing with this, you know, when you get to a certain level and if you already have this ego and you're like, okay, if I got here, why should I stop? I should keep going. And then as long as you don't sacrifice your happiness, it's okay. But this is what you need to control.
Yeah, you need to set boundaries.
Yeah. You need to just see what's actually worth it.
Yeah, I'm learning that now. Are you religious?
I'm spiritual.
Okay.
I used to be religious. I was brought up in a Orthodox family, and my mother used to take me to the church quite often. You know, I'd know how to do all these things and put candles and stuff, and just you know.
I did all that. I had an ex that was Russian. We went to Russia and with all the.
So exactly the same stuff.
Yeah.
But with time, I realized I studied the quantum theory a little bit, different sciences, not deep, just overall to understand how the particles work, how atoms interact, you know, and how. You know, what is the quantum theory, like quantum entanglement, and so many different interesting things that made me realize that certainly there is so much more to our existence in the universe than we currently know. But at the same time, is it Jesus Christ? Is it Allah? I think those are just manifestations of that greater something that could be out there, and the projection of human expectation in a way. And sometimes used in a bad way, you know, to control people and instill fear in them and just tax them, because that's what church used to be. So traditional church I have questions towards, but overall spirituality and that there is something, well, obviously. So I'm kind of in between. You know?
So there is a God, but you don't believe in the different paths to God.
Yeah. So I just believe in my own path to God, which for me is just energy. For me, that, you know, we didn't get created out of nowhere, so there is this concept of God for sure.
Yeah.
I'm just not convinced it's Jesus Christ or Allah. You know.
So you're not subscribed to any of the roads that lead to God. You have your own belief of God, and
yeah, kind of.
God, yeah. Okay.
But it's very similar, though, of course.
Yeah, of course. Do you believe in visualization or like manifestation?
Yes and no. So, you know, I don't believe in manifestation when somebody is telling me, trying to sell me a course. Say, if you just sit there and meditate on your couch in some shithole in Russia or whatever, you're just milking a cow, and then you meditate and something will happen.
Sure.
Jack shit will happen. Nothing will happen. However, if you are already trying to do something in your life and you are using visualizations, affirmations, meditations to bolster your confidence, to program your mind that you are deserving of something and that you actually can find a path to that something, your brain starts to look for those paths throughout the day, even subconsciously. So, as they say, you know, until you make subconscious conscious, it will drive your life and you will call it fate. So that's why you need to really make that conscious. And then, so I think that's the proper way of going about it.
What's your biggest fear in life?
Not the biggest fear in life probably is not living forever. I think that this is such a huge injustice that you can choose in the morning if you have egg Benedict or fucking steak, but you cannot choose when to die. You know, it's there is also the topic which is up to debate in terms of freedom of will in general, but that's a separate topic. I can talk about it forever. But overall, I think that that's just
like, is it your wife leaving you? Is it something happening to one of your families? Like,
I think that the biggest fear, I mean, certainly these are just regular human fears, the ones that you're mentioning, but I think the biggest fear is that, you know, understanding how lucky I was in this life, how much time and pain and fucking sweat it took me to build what I've built, to just die at 55 from a heart attack. Like, what is the point? Like, I don't feel this, like, you watched this movie series on Netflix, Altered Carbon?
No.
It's really good. So there was
What's
this
it called?
Altered Carbon.
Altered Carbon.
So it's some very good actors there, and it's about the future where basically you can transfer consciousness through a small disc that is implanted into your spine, and so basically you can like the human body is no longer called human body; it's called the sleeve, and you just can interchange sleeves, and there are people. I don't remember what they were called. That they were living hundreds of years because they just changed the fucking sleep. It's very expensive and shit, but you can actually live forever and preserve your consciousness forever.
So they can download your consciousness onto a computer and then put it into a new body.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, you know, that would be something that really gives me a hard on. You know, this is something that I'm like, fuck. Well, because I'd really love to see because if there would be a nuclear war, in 100 years, I'd love to be the last one standing with the fucking sunglasses and looking at the fucking mushroom.
Yeah.
You know?
But that's dangerous, because I'll tell you something. When in World War II, when Adolf Hitler was invading the Soviet Union, he got unlucky because we went into winter.
Yeah.
They went into winter, and there was a lake or there was a sea area, water mass at the top of Russia, which became frozen. Russia was able to get their soldiers and attack Hitler from behind, or the Germans from behind.
Yeah.
Had that not happened, and Hitler controlled most of Europe, he would have access to this technology and he would live forever.
Oh, see, the thing is, like, with this whole Third Reich thing, you know, it's like they were, 12 kilometers from Moscow?
Yeah,
it's crazy
very close.
shit.
Very close.
Like the Battle of Stalingrad and everything that was happening there, you know, it's like, man, the fact that we don't have Third Reich today globally is just the matter of such a small fucking difference.
12 Ks.
It's crazy.
Yeah. So that technology, they would have access to it.
Yeah. See, that's what's interesting, because I think that the entirety of human existence is binary. You know, if you look at even at genomes and there is intricacies to it, but it's all ones and zeros at the end of the day. You know, it's a code.
Yeah.
And it's like, as people call it, matrix. Well, it kind of is, really. So if there is code, even in terms of our longevity and the reasons why we age and the reasons why we die from certain illnesses, it's hackable, right? If there is code, it means that it's hackable.
It's hackable.
It's just we didn't maybe figure it out fully yet. We already know why cells age. Why do we have so many more dead cells in the body when we're older? That's why the face looks horrible and like wrinkly and shit. So we have all these explanations, and we even know how to stop it. But the only thing we're currently battling in terms of biotech, even all these Chinese laboratories, Stanford, Harvard, etc., that I all know some professors there, is just side effects. So as soon as we're done with side effects, I'd not be surprised in the next 10 years, with the speed of evolution of humankind right now, that you just fucking inject yourself once and plus 10 years. I wouldn't be surprised.
I mean, that's what is that? That's my friend did it. Stem cells. He went to Puerto Rico.
Yeah. That's a very mild version, but
is it? Okay.
But that's something that it's just like red light, you know, just like, you know, hyperbaric oxygen chamber and, you know, all this stuff. It's all great, but it's not like one button plus 10 years.
10 years.
It kind of helps.
Damn, that's crazy.
But the biotech that I'm talking about is literally one injection, you know?
If you like this video, consider subscribing. We do weekly podcasts with experts in every industry to help you find direction and guide you on your way. Now let's get back into it. You grew up without a dad. Where is your dad?
He's in Latvia, and I've seen him once in the last 25 years. I found him just because I had to get some closure, basically. Even though he left when I was 2, so I didn't suffer, or I wasn't conscious at that point. So, but I met him, and he still works in one of very bad neighborhoods of Latvia. He's a government employee. He's cleaning the streets. So he's sweeping streets. So I don't know, gardener, like local city gardener.
Sure.
That's all I know.
It'd be a big slap in the face for him every day, because you're one of the most famous people from Latvia.
Yeah, well.
But, question for you. Had you had your dad in your life, would you have been Thomas Kralow?
That's a very good question. I was asking myself this, because my dad, before he left our family, he was a businessman in Latvia, and in 1992, he started one of the first used car dealership things, which for now it's nothing special, but back in the 90s they used to make with my mother like $1,000 a day. So for Latvia, $1,000 a day in the 90s, they were considered like upper middle class.
Yeah.
So, and I was thinking, okay, if this guy wouldn't donate because he got brainwashed by some cult, and he donated everything to a church. Two of our Mercedes, a house. It wasn't anything spectacular, but it was still a house, and our business. He gave everything away to a church, and then he just left and became a drunk. So, and I was thinking about this, and then we had a very tough life with my mother for the next 10 years. It was not best time in my life, and if it had not been for this tough life, maybe I wouldn't be tough.
100%.
So maybe if I would have been from a rich family, maybe I would have just killed somebody on the street being a drunk or something.
100%.
And that's it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't feel the responsibility for myself because I got a rich daddy and
Yeah.
less.
Listen, I love my dad, right? My dad's been in my life all years, but if I had listened to him, my life wouldn't have been where it is today. Now I've retired my parents.
Yeah.
I pay them a weekly salary, and I tell them all the time, if I listened to you, I'd be in a clinic right now, being a chiropractor, cracking backs, and
Same shit here.
Yeah.
Same stuff here.
so if you had your dad in your life, he would have probably tried to go, no, don't do that. Don't risk your money on Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Don't do this.
yeah, might have been very different.
Yeah, I think it would have been.
Yeah, that it would have been different, 100%. Listen, one person, you're always one conversation, one step, one meeting, one idea away from completely different life. So a father figure, it would have been definitely a different life. Maybe better, but probably worse.
Yeah, 100%. I agree. I agree. When are you going to be a father?
Working on it. I'm surprised how hard it can be sometimes. It's like
Yeah.
nothing makes sense. Like I didn't even realize that you need to do it on certain days,
Yeah.
and even then the probability is like 30%. Like motherfucker.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
and then I meet a girl who's like, oh, I got pregnant by accident. I'm like, what did you do?
That-
I don't know. It's got something to do maybe with the universe and the energy. I don't know.
It'll happen when it's supposed to happen.
Yeah, that's what I've also noticed quite a few times in my life. When I pressure it, it resists. When I let go, it works.
Exactly.
Business, relationship, nutrition, whatever. You press it, it's becoming hard.
There's some universal rules in the world, philosophies that it's a blanket rule that can be with relationships, business, everything.
Yeah, there are. There are.
And this is one of them.
A lot of the things are very cyclical.
Yes.
And and it's like, as they say, what comes, that goes. Like.
Yeah.
What comes around goes around, as they say.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it's always like this. It's not always like this, but for the most part, yeah, there are some intricate coincidences, if I shall put it this way.
For me, one of the things has always been if I bend too hard out of my lane to get something that God doesn't want for me or the universe wants for me, God will take away from me.
Yeah.
But if I stay in my lane and I receive everything He wants to give me, no man can take away from me.
Yeah.
So I always, that's one thing. Even with women, business, everything, I always try to, I never get FOMO. Oh,
Yeah.
this guy's making money doing this. I never get FOMO.
I don't care.
Good for
I
him.
never really cared much. I would
Yeah.
look at, okay, interesting.
Yeah.
What are you doing? But like, would I ever feel jealous or like,
No.
you can just learn. Look.
Yeah, it's not hard.
Yeah, no.
Okay, let's talk about your business that you're starting. What was it called again?
The latest one is Evadex.
Evadex. What is Evadex?
Evadex is basically we're trying to decentralize trading. Because right now we have so many issues with regulation globally, MiCA regulation in Europe, US regulation, that if you are a custodial,
Okay.
it's so hard to offer futures. It is so hard to offer P2P. And just because, when people are trusting you the money, so you have hot wallets and you're custodying money for people, it's like you cannot onboard American users.
Yeah.
It's just very difficult. So there are a few companies right now that were trying to solve the issue of decentralized trading. So basically the idea is that instead of having a centralized solution where you deposit money into a hot wallet and then you're using it for futures trading in a centralized manner, there are ways of, for example, in our case, Evadex is built on Arbitrum. It's an L3. On Arbitrum, it's a rolled up. So in this way, we can actually execute orders on chain. So, but it's a hybrid model. So it's going to sound complicated, but it's on-chain matching solution, on-chain settlement. So all the trades, all P2P, copy trading, everything settles on-chain on our L3 on Eventum. There's the name of the chain. And then it basically, so it records all the trades on-chain, but the matching of the orders happens in a centralized way. So it's a centralized order book, but decentralized settlement. So in this way, we have the same latency of any TradFi instrument of under 10 milliseconds, but we still maintain self-custody for the people, so we don't touch the money, and therefore we are not regulated as a centralized exchange. It's DeFi.
Got ya.
So it is basically, it's like Bybit
Yeah.
with all the same functionality, but it's fully decentralized.
Yeah.
It's cheaper because
Yeah.
it's an L3 rollup.
Yeah.
It's got the same liquidity,
Yeah.
everything the same experience, but it's governed by the governance token, so by the community and decentralized autonomous organization, and it's got all the same features, and the most importantly, no sacrifice of user experience.
Yeah.
Because usually decentralized exchanges and ecosystems, they have issues with bridges. It's hard to trade, it's hard to connect your wallet, you need to bridge tokens, you need to pay gas fees and native, blah, blah, blah. In our case, 2 buttons, connect Ledger, MetaMask, Trezor, our own wallet, anything, you're trading, no questions.
And is there somebody in the back end when I put in a trade that has to manually do it, or no, it's decentralized, it automatically does it?
Oh, of course, automatic.
Automatically does it. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's
So
beautiful.
that's we have like 45 people team, mostly
Wow.
tech, and we've been building for the last 6 months. We just onboarded our first investor, that is, maybe you know from crypto, Morningstar. So Morningstar is like tier 1, tier 2 fund. It's like Danilo, who's the
Okay.
founder, one of the biggest names in crypto.
Yeah.
They're helping us tremendously to make Evadex very big.
Yeah.
So, and right now we already have 3 million people in the waiting list.
Wow.
So we were number 1 startup on Optimism before moving to Arbitrum.
yeah.
So it was.
This will make you a billionaire.
This probably the target of Evadex market cap wise is 10 billion in the next 24 months. So
Wow.
that's the target.
Yeah. This will make you a billionaire.
Yeah.
That's a crazy
Because
idea.
people really need this.
Of course.
And the most important thing is that, like with DEXs, a lot of the influencers, they're struggling to build volume on DEXs, on centralized exchanges because of the regulation, KYC, or everybody already has the fucking Bybit account, the Binance account. There are great exchanges to work with, and I work with them too. But you kind of want to make more money. For that, you need a decentralized solution, so that you drive volume to a DEX, which is not regulated yet in the world in general. There's just no regulation, which gives you 3, 4, 5 years to build volume and make big money. And for this, I was going through so many DEXs, seeing what they do, and there were quite a few with good tech, with okay UI, but they had no affiliate program. Then there was one with okay affiliate program, but they didn't have no copy trading, not a mobile app. Like all of them are half done. All of them.
Yeah.
Even biggest ones that are already worth billions, they're all. So, and we're taking all the existing solutions and putting it all in finally in one.
Yeah.
So
Amazing. As soon as you're telling me, I was like, what a loophole. Like, to be able to do that and make it decentralized.
Yeah.
Has anyone done this before?
there are a few projects, and again, there is so many different combinations here because some companies, they're trying to decentralize the settlement as well as the order book. And that's a big mistake. Because if you're trying to decentralize the order book, the liquidity will be dead.
Yeah.
So it is almost impossible.
Yeah.
So that's why the only way how it works, and there are so many other ones, like we have even Apex and Bybit, they were trying to do something, but their tech is not best.
Yeah.
So, and like sometimes you click the button buy or sell, it takes a fucking minute to execute.
Yeah.
Just because of latency and because how they've built this combination and this connection between order matching and settlement. So there are a few solutions that also are built on Arbitrum that are not bad. So, but to be honest, you can count them by the fingers on one hand.
Why did you choose Arbitrum?
We had a choice, either Optimism or Arbitrum. We wanted to initially go for Optimism because of their superchain and super bridge. And we had a good deal with them, and we were number one startup because we were already generating cash flow. Like Evadex is already making money. So before even the MVP.
Already?
Yeah, we have a very good team. So, and that's why like we have early stage activities and people pay for some activities. We also have like a Prime subscription for $27, so you grants them access to our learning center to learn trading, to learn affiliate marketing, to partner up with us and different things. It's a big ecosystem. But overall, the reason why we went for Arbitrum is because Optimism at some point they came about and said, "Oh guys, you're non-KYC, we're American, we're trying to target American market, so sorry, we cannot support you." And like OP Stack, for example, it's open source, but the superchain is not. You need permission to use the superchain. And well, the superchain OP Stack is not as attractive. So, and then we were like, okay, this is a big fuck over. And then we realized, what's funny? Now, if you noticed on superchain, they announced that Uniswap is building a DEX. So it was just Uniswap who said we don't want anyone else. So, and they just kicked us out. So it's an interesting, fun story. But then we actually, through our advisors, we got to Arbitrum Foundation. Arbitrum Foundation looked at what we do, and they're like, "We'll give you all the support."
Damn.
So Arbitrum, like we are fully powered by Arbitrum.
Well, you're very easy to invest with. You're very investable.
I guess.
Your money? I got money. You're very investable.
Yeah. See, like we are doing a pre-seed now, but we're mostly doing the smart money pre-seed. It's not for money more. It's
Sure.
more for strategic support or
Sure.
and partnership. So that's like Morningstar is the first top tier fund that came in.
Yeah.
But yeah, we are raising some capital now, but it's all not from retail. So I'm not even talking about it on social media.
Yeah. Because you could get it easy on social media.
Oh, no, if I wanted to raise through social media, and right now we're raising a small amount, like 2.5 million, so
Yeah.
nothing huge. So if I wanted to raise the 2.5 million, to be honest, it's like
You could do it straight away.
Fucking 2 phone calls.
Of
you know?
course.
But what we want to raise money from top tier funds, and that's difficult.
Because you want to align yourself with them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because that's how it is in crypto. You know,
Yeah.
they look at your credibility. You can have all the tech.
Yeah.
But if you don't have marketing.
Yeah.
And you don't have backers.
Yeah.
Even if they're like, it's just.
You've got the marketing.
Tagging the box, you know?
Correct.
But now, yeah, we have everything.
You've got the marketing because you are the marketing.
Yeah, also
right?
partly, yeah.
But also, by going with one of these top tier guys, you also have, it's to their best interest that it works as well. So they've invested in thousands of projects.
Yeah.
They will start pulling people if they need people to make it work. And
Yes.
you're buying contacts, you're buying access.
Yeah, and to be honest, it worked like magic. We have so many partners, like in so many things in Evidex are happening without even me. It's incredible. Sometimes, like, we have 10 meetings every day. I'm present at 3 of them.
Wow.
The rest is done by the team.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'm like, do you guys even need me?
Yeah.
And it's amazing.
It's going on its own now.
Yeah.
It's like you've built the train and the train is moving without you.
I still correct the course of it
Yeah.
because sometimes people tend to steer away to some fucking ridiculousness.
Yeah.
But I just correct them.
Yeah.
Like I make sure that my army is always in line. you
In
know?
line.
That's it. So like cleaning it up.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's your vision. So of course, the thing is already moving, but you have to say we're going in that direction. We're steering off a little bit. Of course, that's normal. Okay. Speaking of crypto, on the topic of crypto, when is the blow off top?
Next 12 months, I think we should see the real pump. Because right now there is no retail. Like right now, if you look, yesterday alone, by the way, BlackRock bought $900 million worth of Bitcoin.
Yeah.
BlackRock alone.
Yeah.
So that's why we were at the all-time high for Bitcoin, because it's just because of the ETF.
Yeah.
So, but everything else, if you look even at statistically in terms of views, in terms of engagement, if you look at altcoins, you'll probably have a small tear coming down your cheek. I do at least, because I put in a few million into altcoins now. It's not fun.
When did you put it in?
Throughout this year, slowly I was buying the dips.
You should still be up.
Not on all of them.
Not all of them.
Not
okay.
on all of them. Like on some of them, yes.
Yeah.
Like for example, on Apex, I'm still up. I'm still up on quite a few tokens actually.
Solana. You would have been up in Solana.
I hold a little bit of it. I don't have much
Okay.
of Solana. But yeah, I do have like maybe 100k worth of Solana.
Are you not a big fan of Solana?
Not really. I think that Solana is a piece of shit. Quite frankly.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Damn.
people gonna fucking hate this so much, right? But if you look at it objectively, people say, "Oh yeah, look at your Ethereum, it's fucking dumping. You know, Solana is the future." You know, we were considering when we were building Evidex, and we were thinking, okay, where should we build a roll-up? We considered Solana because Solana is fast.
Yes.
Solana is cheap.
Yes.
It's kind of hypey, right? But the problem is, when this piece of shit goes down next time for fucking 4 days, our DEX is gonna do what? You cannot argue with this fact. That's why there is no Solana ETF, there is Ethereum ETF. Because yes, Ethereum is slower, it's older, it's not as maybe scalable for now, depending on how they do sharding and all this stuff.
But it doesn't turn off.
But it doesn't fucking turn off. And there are L2s and L3s which also provide even faster stuff than Solana in some instances. So, and same latency and etc. And there is no downside risk. Because of this, if you look at intrinsically, yes, Solana is the number go up. It's one of just really few altcoins that are really powerful. Okay, no questions asked. You want to trade it. It probably will go to $500, probably $1,000. It will pump probably like a motherfucker. But if you look at it fundamentally, it's half of the time, it's when the volume goes up, it's fucking dead. And then if you look at all the volume that was on it, it was because of meme coins.
Yeah.
It's a meme coin casino. If you look at infrastructurally important products and services and companies for the ecosystem and globally for crypto, where is all of this stuff? It's on Ethereum. Most of the altcoin, most of stable coins are where? Ethereum. Most of DeFi, Ethereum. It's like most of the shit is on Ethereum. And I would probably say 70% of infrastructurally important products are on ETH, not on Solana. And it's a fact that no Solana fanboy jerk-off can fucking argue with. But then they say, oh yeah, well then why does it go down? You know, this is their argument. But see, in the next 6 months, I think you'll be surprised by the performance of Ethereum. I think they're suppressing it. I think it's being suppressed right now, because I think that one of the biggest runners this cycle will probably be Ethereum, and it's going to be one of the most hated rallies in the entirety of fucking crypto space.
Wow.
Ever. I think it's going to be the most hated one, because there is so much hate for ETH right now, just because of price action. It looks horrible.
Yeah.
Even I have fucking pain. I'm still underwater on my ETH trade. At some point it was minus almost $1 million.
Wow.
On a fucking ETH trade, and I was so fucking pissed, because it makes no sense. And then we realized, yeah, we have this, you know, narrative. Altcoins are bleeding, and Ethereum is quite heavy in terms of early stage investors. That adds on to the selling pressure. Solana, see, everybody at $8 was kicked out.
Yeah.
Ethereum didn't crash that much. Because of this, there is still weight on it in terms of selling pressure.
Yeah.
For now. I think that the catalyst will be once you see the ETFs start to accumulate it like crazy. Like with Bitcoin. At some point there might have been a time when they were selling more, and then not buying anything, and everybody's like, ooh, that's the end of it. And then suddenly, boom, 500 million a day, 500 million, 500 million. And then we just, same thing will be with Ethereum. And it probably will pump like a motherfucker.
So you don't think Solana is Ethereum before Ethereum was Ethereum? Like, I feel like we're about to see the same chart that we've seen in Ethereum with Solana.
No, possibly. I think that's why I'm saying, I think that meme coins will exist. I think there will be for a lot more people that want to turn their $1 into $1,000.
But also, when was the last time that Solana shut down? It hasn't happened for a while. Maybe they fixed it.
Yeah, I don't think they fixed it. But once the volume really spikes, we're gonna see this happen again. In all honesty, if Solana fixes the downside issue among other issues, it will be great. No questions asked. And I still hold Solana, but.
You still hold Solana? A little bag, 100 grand.
Yeah, just not much. Little. Yeah.
Little 100 grand bag.
Yeah.
Just a little 100 grand bag. It's nothing.
No, yeah. Like.
How much was that watch?
This was 308.
308 US.
Yeah.
Gorgeous.
Yes, thanks. It's been a dream watch for a long time.
Yeah.
And at the peak of the market, they were like 500, 600.
Yeah.
So now they went down to like 270.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of in a loss on this too.
Yeah.
But I think at some point they will bounce back. But the crazy thing about watches, what I realized is I made quite a few good connections because of the RM. Because you know, I was once in a beach club in Bulj Al Arab. There was a guy also in
Seoul.
RM. Huh?
It was Seoul?
In Seoul, yeah.
Yeah.
So we're sitting in the jacuzzi together, and he looks at my RM, and I look at his RM, and his was also around 400,000. And then the guy's like, nice RM. I'm like, yeah, yours is nice too. And then we kind of connected, you know. And now he's a good friend, and he's also an investor in my hedge fund.
Yeah.
And so like this shit does work.
Yeah. What does he do?
He's a guy who sold his private company in US. He made like 50 million.
Yeah.
And now he's just investing in a bunch of stuff.
He's just chilling now.
Yeah.
Okay, so you think Ethereum's going to be pumping this? What about Arbitrum?
Oh, Arbitrum is...
Are you very bullish on Arbitrum?
I'm very on Arbitrum, I'm very bullish. And right now, quite frankly, I think the target for Arbitrum is at least $20. So that's like 4DX upside from here.
From here?
From here.
Wow.
So that's something that I'd probably like, if you want to make, easy 10X, that's Arbitrum. They still have a lot of selling pressure from early holders. Obviously, by the price action, it's quite visible. But same thing has been the issue for so many other companies that, for example, have done airdrops, and it's like Sui is in the list, and Layer Zero, and some of them after listing actually dumped like crazy because they did airdrops and stuff. So Arbitrum is kind of similar in this sense, but I think that long-term wise, it's going to perform really well, especially Evidex driving so much volume to it. So yeah.
So you're carrying Arbitrum then?
So we'll carry Arbitrum. Why not?
I guess. For me, like when I look at the peak, right? Because it's all about being able to sell. Doesn't matter if it's unrealized wins or whatever. For me, when I look at when I think the blow off top will be, the first cycle was 500 days from halving. Yeah. The second cycle was 530 days from halving. If we were to go 500 days from halving this cycle, that would be August 2025.
Yeah.
Do you think it'll be August to December next year?
See, I think that this cycle might, like theoretically, yes, that's the concept. if we believe the history. But if we need to also, this is something that Michael Burry has fucked up. You know, I have huge respect for Michael Burry. He has predicted the housing market collapse in 2008 and 9. He's done fantastically. He's made a lot of money.
Yeah.
But now he was shorting S&P, I think, all the way from
He fucked up.
He fucked up.
Yeah.
And you know why he fucked up? He didn't fuck up, and his analysis is correct. Like in terms of the overheating of the market and everything that he has been, you know, saying, he's absolutely correct. So it is the same. The situation is worse than 2008, bro. It's horrible. But what he didn't account for is liquidity. Because when there is so much money being printed, where does it end up? In the fucking market. So any major sale gets bought up for the time being. Because in 2008, yes, there was a crash, but we didn't have that much money. We didn't have that much money in the system. We didn't print that much money. And now the amount of money is being printed is fucking insane. Right now for them it is okay. Like, remember, it took 220 years to rack up external debt of like 12 trillion, 220 years.
Yeah.
And then it took 10 years to rack up another 12. That's how fast we're going in the infinite progression of money printing and bullshit. And this all ends up, we're in the market. That's why we are fucking going only up. It's just money, and it's gonna continue. The question is, where is that point where it just explodes?
So you're telling me there's a looming recession, looming crash, looming...
Armageddon. Like, I think it's gonna be the end of the fucking world. Like, I think it's gonna just end us all.
And it's going to be a massive one.
I think it's gonna be worse than even worse than Great Depression.
No way.
Like, I think that it's, look at the levels of unrealized losses of banks. Fuck, dude, they're dead. Like, all the banks, the whole system, they don't even know how much money was printed. They don't know how much money, they don't know what to do with it. It's that bad. If you dig deeper, if you look at the rate of delinquencies on credit cards right now, people ain't got no fucking money. They're broke as fuck. That's why altcoins are not pumping. There is no quantitative easing, there is no free money. So but it's a paradox, right? There is a lot of money in the market from institutional side and money printing, that's where it ends up. But people don't really have much money. That's why there is this big gap between rich and poor, which also creates a catalyst for internal conflict. So, and if you look at all these factors that I just mentioned, and you consult the book Changing World Order by Ray Dalio, you will see that the combination of all these factors is usually the last leg of any fiat currency. And right now we're standing at it in terms of the dollar. The only question is how fast it will die. It will probably still take quite a bit of time, and what they're gonna do in terms of trying to save it. And that brings me to my conspiracy theory that maybe Bitcoin has been created by US all along.
Whoa.
I really believe so.
I've thought about that.
I really believe so. Because if you think about it, all these agencies knew about Bitcoin when it was created, 100%. They're not dumb. They pay attention. Okay, maybe not the first year, maybe second, third year. 2010, CIA, NSA, Schmidt, all of them have known about Bitcoin. And if they perceived it as a threat, this was the time when they could still kill it, they could overpower it, they could, I don't know, have this 51% attack on mining, the network itself. But right now with 500, 600 exahash of power output, it's unkillable. The US would have to stop half of its nuclear power stations across the whole country to try to overpower it. So it's unkillable at this point. And they didn't anticipate it. I don't believe that they're that stupid. So and now, like, it becomes a hot topic of the current election. Could you even imagine something like this, fucking Bitcoin? I don't think that Satoshi has got anything to do with some Asian dude that has been programming in his mother's basement.
Damn. If you like this video, consider subscribing. We do weekly podcasts with experts in every industry to help you find direction and guide you on your way. Now let's get back into it. So if the US government made Bitcoin, why is Gary Gensler going after it?
I mean, they cannot be obvious, right? They have to.
Wow.
It's always like this. They all say, no, we're gonna do our best to look like we hate it.
Wow.
It's like the same thing with Larry Finn, or JP Morgan. They're coming out and they're saying, oh, Bitcoin, what is this, a scam? Fairy tale money, Fugazi, doesn't know what it is. And then suddenly they flip like this. They're saying the best asset, class of its own, powerful, decentralized, and the answer to inflation. Like you're sitting there like, the fuck? And then you're like, how is this not scripted?
Yeah.
How is this not thought after for the last 10 years?
Yeah.
How is that not a strategy? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it is just my ridiculous conspiracy theory, but I'm just looking at the facts on face value.
Damn.
Like, Americans always bring democracy to whatever they fucking don't like.
Yeah.
They would have brought democracy to Bitcoin long ago.
Yeah.
If they didn't really like it.
Yeah.
So then the question is, and that brings us to the election, is it real? I don't think so. I think like people think, oh, if Kamala wins or Donald Trump wins, I don't think it's gonna be any fucking different.
It's gonna be the same.
I think it's gonna be the same shit because at the end of the day, they say, oh, but the president is the most powerful person in the U.S. No, it's not. It's like, U.S. president, what the fuck he can do? Like supposedly he has the access to nuclear weapons, but he cannot really launch them just without approval, right? I mean, it's like there's so many things and movements in Congress and Senate and this and that at the end of the day, even if Trump, for example, like certainly they have some power, some say, but the real power resides not in the democracy. Like for example, in Russia, Putin has got real power. Like he can say whatever.
Ultimate power.
Ultimate power, like unfucking fathomable.
Yeah.
In the US, not such thing.
No.
No.
All I can say is we would not kill ourselves.
Vote for Kamala.
Vote for Kamala.
don't do that.
Brian Rose, you know Brian Rose, London Real.
Yeah.
He was on my podcast on Sunday. He said to me, the bull market is reliant on Trump winning. If Trump does not win, no.
Because, see, Democrats are already losing. They will probably support crypto, and they already are trying to at least not say anything bad about crypto. And Gary Gensler will be out regardless if Trump wins or Kamala wins. I think he's going to be just replaced, and maybe he's going to be just doing something else, hopefully not Treasury Department, I don't know. But overall, is there a big difference? Certainly it's perceived as Trump is better for crypto and the markets in general, but honestly, if you look historically at liquidity in the election years and what followed, if it's Republican or Democrat, not a big difference. So I don't, and it's not like one is for, the other one is against.
Yeah.
One is really for, which I don't really even believe in. I don't think Trump gives a fuck about Bitcoin. He's like, you can have your fun with your Bitcoins. You know,
he doesn't even know.
He doesn't even know.
He doesn't know the lingo or anything.
He's like, I'm gonna just
never
say,
sell your Bitcoins.
Yeah, your Bitcoins will go to the moon like never before. Make America great again.
Yeah.
You
Vote
know,
for me.
Yeah. So it's like, does he care? No. Does Kamala care? No. But he kind of supports it a bit more. So that's why there is this perception. But that's it.
But that's it.
That's why I think that even poly markets right now, these odds of winning of Trump, I think they're inflated. I think it may be some bunch of friends of Elon Musk who just pumped it up a bit. You know, because you can actually affect it money-wise, because you can bet on it.
Sure.
So I don't think it really reflects the reality of the current polls. I think Trump is winning, and I think and I hope he will win. But overall, there is so much fucking darkness to this entire thing that it's all just a bunch of fucking nonsense for fucking loony bins who are sitting there with fucking flags saying that, oh, I'm voting. Just like a fucking distraction. Like during, in Colosseums when they had fucking gladiators, it was just a show.
Yeah.
Like right now, this battle between Trump and, it's a fucking show, man.
Yeah.
It's like, it's entertainment.
Yeah.
Like the real shit is behind the scenes. So, yeah.
So you don't have a bright you don't have a bright vision of the future. It's the recession's coming and everything, and
But it's just part of life. You know, it's all cyclical, it's all cycles. It cannot always be in just one direction. Everything has got a balance in life.
do you get panic attacks?
I used to. I had panic, like at some point I developed it after a stupid doctor who I do yearly checkups, and they found arrhythmia like a couple of years ago. This is when I quit smoking cigarettes because I thought I had arrhythmia, like a deadly one or something. It ended up being nothing absolutely serious, but this is something that led to panic attacks in airplanes. So if I would get into the airplane, I'd think that if the door closes, there is no doctor on board. What if I have a fucking heart attack or whatever? So it developed into a panic disorder, but then I fixed it by just some mindset work. But I used to have those were pretty horrible.
Only on planes.
Only, and it extended into general life too.
I see.
Because when you get a taste for what a panic attack is, and you get fearful of it, it kind of starts to follow you everywhere, but mostly on planes. Yeah.
And when it was in regular life, would your mind be on the plane?
No, it wasn't. It was just worried about a heart attack.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's what gave me panic attacks.
Do you vape?
No.
No smoke? No. You don't inhale anything?
I do cigars. I smoke cigars, but that's it.
But you don't inhale?
No, I don't inhale, no.
Shisha?
No.
So if I said, let's go get a shisha, you would sit there and have a tea?
Yeah.
You wouldn't even get a shisha?
No, I don't.
And I'm like, come on, Thomas, you're with the boys, just one. No, you wouldn't do it. No.
It doesn't affect me in this way. No, it's like in terms of alcohol or in terms of like whatever. I mean, I've been around different people with different tastes, and it never, I was never one of those people that, oh well, if I'm in the company, I might as well. No.
No, there's no peer pressure.
Me is me. And if somebody's pressuring me, they will regret it.
Cut out of your life.
They'll be gone.
Yeah.
In like 10 seconds.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, I need to cut out some friends.
Yeah, I've cut out a lot of people, and that's
Yeah.
why when you're going to the top, there is only 2 seats in a Bugatti. And oftentimes when you come around a lot of people and you have so many all those old friends that have no fucking ego, they have desires, but they ain't got no plan and no movement and no activity. And then they kind of, when you're trying to do something, they kind of support you. But when they start feeling that it actually works and that you're starting to live the life that they can only dream of, they kind of start to hate on you a little bit. And then, it's like, oh yeah, but you have a drink. But they kind of try to pull you down and you feel it. And sometimes they even do it on purpose. So that's why sometimes you lose friends. But then you find other ones. You find the people that are like-minded.
But those friends that you've had since you were 5 years old, did that happen with them?
With some.
Yeah.
But a couple of stayed that are real people. Like, they are not money people, like they're not rich. They don't care about what I have. They really don't care. Sometimes I stay with them, because I kind of enjoy it, and they have a very simple life. And we are great friends outside of the scope of the money. Certainly they fly on private jets with me sometimes and they kind of love it and they laugh about it, but they don't care.
They don't care. That's what happened to me and my friends when I was from 5 years old.
Yeah.
It's just, you start going a different direction and you have nothing to relate.
It's true. Like, how can you relate to a person that ain't got no fucking interest? He comes home from a shitty job, he parks his piece of shit fucking loan car somewhere, and then he walks to the house for 15 minutes, and then he sits there, jerks off, maybe has a fucking beer, a cheap one, and then he's like, oh, tomorrow's gonna be another horrible day, and the government is peace. Like, this what am I gonna speak to him about?
Exactly.
I talk about money all the time.
Yeah.
And when I'm around these people, they're always like, they think I'm showing off.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm talking about my fucking life.
Yeah.
Like on social media, even sometimes I make a video, I'm actually genuinely making a video about what I do.
Yeah.
People think I'm showing off.
Yeah.
So when you feel like you're showing off among the people you're sitting at the table with, it's the wrong table. It's wrong fucking people. Get rid of these fucking plebs. I want to sound like Andrew Tate, but get rid of these fucking brokies.
When you feel like you're showing off by just talking regular life, that's when you know, because I've experienced this. I was like, am I showing off right now? I'm just telling you guys exactly what I've been doing.
No, I had this feeling many times. Oftentimes, like with my great friends that are super simple, they kind of enjoy my stories. They are genuinely interested. I can tell them about, how I didn't make, therefore I lost $100 million once. And I tell them this story and they genuinely are interested and they're like, oh wow, you should tell me that. But some people, if you tell them, listen, oh yeah, I lost 100 million, they're like, who the fuck are you? Why are you talking like this? It's like, even though you're just telling a story. So.
What was your mental state when you lost 100 million?
I didn't precisely lose 100 million. I kind of perceive it as I've lost 100 million because I didn't listen about 4 or 5 years ago to my marketing department. I didn't listen to one suggestion from the head of marketing to do one thing. And I can tell you what it was. It was actually affiliate marketing. They told me to get into it like 4 or 5 years ago when Carl De Moon was getting into it, Da Vinci and all these guys. And I didn't listen to them. And I got into it like 2.5 years ago. So 2.5 year window, which cost me, like right now, I've made tens of millions of dollars from affiliate marketing. But if I would have listened to them 5 years ago, it would have probably been upwards of $100 million. So I didn't make 100 million because I didn't fucking listen to people whom I paid for advice. That was a mistake. So
affiliate marketing, for anyone who doesn't know, is basically you sending traffic from your audience to, let's say, exchanges, and you get a percentage of their transaction fee.
You just promote their business, and you get a commission. Because back then, 5 years ago, it was a free-for-all. Like right now, if you're in affiliate marketing, if you, for example, start your affiliate marketing journey with DEX, and for example, we have also this community, gamechangercommunity.com. This is the learning center of DEX. They're going to be joined later. This is where you can learn for like $27 a month. You can learn affiliate marketing and what I've done to make money from affiliate marketing, and you can partner up with DEX. And it's going to be one of the first. Once it launches, the mainnet will be in a few months. So that's easy to make money there. But for example, if you're promoting Bybit, it's already a multi-billion-dollar company. It's so hard to drive volume because of what we spoke about, regulation, and everybody has already got a fucking account on Bybit. They're not going to be transferring KYC because it's some fucking deposit bonus. So it's hard. So that's why, you kind of got to be very smart about it.
Carl, Da Vinci, you, like the famous crypto fam, Crypto. Who do you hang out with in that world? Who are you close with? Who are you not close with?
I know everyone.
Who are you closest with?
Da Vinci.
Da Vinci. He's such a good guy.
Such a nice guy. And
Such a nice guy.
Yeah, and our ladies are friends. Like Sophia's friends with Alexandra.
Yeah.
So we have very good connections. They come for steaks sometimes to the mansion. We hang out. We don't see each other often, but when we do, we have a very good time. So
He's
like
such a nice
we're
guy.
genuine friends.
Yeah. He's been on the podcast before.
Yeah.
He's so funny.
He's genuine.
He's
a real, like in crypto and just money world in general, there's so many fake people that they're like, and you can see it. You can smell it. With Da Vinci, he's like, he's Da Vinci, you know?
Yeah.
He either likes you or he doesn't.
Yeah.
And if he does, he's an amazing person.
Yeah.
So that's why, sure.
No, he's such a nice guy. I really had a good time with him as well. He's such a character. You don't see that character often.
No, he's very special.
The character of him is very special, very rare.
Yeah, very true.
But the rest, what do you think of the? Because I went to a crypto event, something. What is this house, dude?
It's a crazy neighborhood. Like all the houses are pretty. Like every house is a mansion here. It's like it's a.
What the fuck?
But it's all local area, so it's all like they have a very popular area for locals. Jumeirah, and Al Kawanij one is also one.
So the architecture on them crazy. What do you think of the crypto community? Because I went to a crypto like a conference, and so many egos. Like I talked to one guy. I said, "Man, you look like a whale." He goes, "I'm a crypto god." I was like, "All right, put your ego away, right? Put your ego away, dude."
Yeah.
What do you think of that?
It's the beginner syndrome, you know. When somebody is just getting into something and making a little bit of money, they sometimes get this, and then they walk around, and then the people who are really rich, they kind of are. Maybe they still show off, but they're in the conversation. They're a lot more humble.
Yeah.
You know, so when they kind of portray them for what they are, they don't try to kind of increase it or like. This is the Dubai thing, you know. It's like mostly, and the crypto people who just literally yesterday were on a street, and today they rented the Huracan, you know, and they like. I see that. It's funny, but it's fun. It's entertaining. Yeah.
But see, you're OG.
Yeah, kind of.
Right. So nobody can say anything to you. So that's why you already know. But I had dinner in Arts Club with Colin, who is the co-founder of Tether.
Yeah.
Not like dresses
Very
so
plain.
normal.
Yeah.
Like very plain, everything, and he just said to me, my company profited 4 billion last quarter.
Yeah.
Tether's killing it.
See, it's interesting how a lot of people are saying that, really rich people don't show off, they don't fucking drive in Bugattis, we're Richard Milles, blah blah. Some don't, but holy shit, some do. Like I know some really rich people. Like if you look at him, you'll say like, are you a fucking influencer or something? The guy is dressed fully in Louis Vuitton.
Yeah.
I like Louis Vuitton, but like recently I'd be buying something with just like, look here, Prada, but it's just one word.
Subtle.
Subtle. It's there, but it's subtle. But these and there are these outfits were like a Prada. Like it looks like a fucking bazaar. It's like
it looks like a billboard. It's you're a walking billboard advertisement.
Yeah, and they're
Fendi.
It looks fake.
Yeah, it looks fake.
And look, you look like a retarded influencer. It's like a guy who just ran into some money, but a guy's a billionaire.
Yeah.
So you cannot really say this 100%, but mostly
you can't buy style.
You can't buy style.
You can't buy style.
You cannot buy style, and actually some rich people also dress ridiculously. And they also wear diamond watches and this and that. But yes, a lot of people are saying, they're generalizing. They should not generalize anything at all in life.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I agree. How much of your success do you credit to your wife?
A lot. Probably most of it. Because how we've been building everything together. We are this joint unity yin and yang. We are this. She's my energy powerhouse. I think at certain points that she believed in me more than I believed in myself. So, and she kept me going. So I think that she didn't help me physically in the business. She didn't stand there, she wasn't the CEO of my company or whatever, or CFO. But she's done a lot in the background, it's like energy-wise.
You're really rich because of that.
Oh yes, that's my biggest achievement is my relationship with my wife, not my money.
Yeah.
It's the relationship with my wife because I see what is happening around.
Yeah.
I see other couples, I see what it is. It's so empty, it is so shallow, it is so narrow, it is so unintrinsic. It's hard for me to even say percent. So when I'm with my wife, I see myself. We are a mirror of each other. Yeah. Like throughout these years that I wouldn't imagine I could live with other. I had this situation when she caught fire, and I posted it also on Instagram. Well, at our house we had this ethanol fire pit, and there was an accident with it, and just piece of flaming ethanol flew to her like 3-4 meters away, and she caught fire.
Where?
Like her entire leg. So she was like, and she's screaming. I don't know what to do. Like, and she's not moving because there's a fucking pool. So in my mind, I didn't even think at that point because I saw that the situation is pretty bad. So it's like fraction of a second, I just remember it was a blur. I remember just picking her up. She's on fire. I'm on fire. And I'm like, if we're gonna die, we're gonna die together. We die together. Like, really, honestly, if any one single one of us, and we spoke about this together.
Romance, ladies and gentlemen.
We spoke about this with my wife. Like, if we were to die, we would choose to die together. Like, I wouldn't want to live without my wife.
Wow.
That's how much I love her.
Wow.
That's how much we are in connection with it. I cannot imagine coming to a mega mansion with fucking helicopters and jets, but if my wife is not there, I don't give a fuck about this. Like, I don't care. The day when we were picking up the Bugatti, man, I was looking more at my wife's face getting into the Bugatti. She was like, are we actually doing this? And it was so much more amazing than if I would have just bought it myself and drove it. Like, it would still be cool for 5 minutes, but the fact that she was there amplified this whole entire experience because we experienced it jointly, that it's undescribable. It's a different life when you're experiencing shit together. I've seen the entire world. When we fly somewhere, I take my wife on a jet to a US and I show her upstate New York where I used to live. I've been there, I lived there. It's
of course.
But when I show her and I see that interest in her eyes and I'm showing her the world, fuck, it's amazing.
Yeah.
It's different. It's like, at some point when you reach a certain point in life, you realize that this is what matters.
That's beautiful, man. That's beautiful. That made me emotional, man. That's very beautiful.
No, but it's true. That's what, and it was this whole experience. She still has the burns on her legs, on her leg, and we're healing it, and it's getting better. She cannot get into the sun. She for 1 month she's staying at home. She's a bit miserable about it. But overall, we felt such a connection in this whole moment. She, as a woman, even though she had never a reason to doubt me, but when she saw, because we still have you didn't see it because there's a video on Instagram that I actually posted about this whole ordeal, and quite frankly, it looks. I'll show it to you. It looks quite scary, but the moment, because we have cameras at Dimension, so the moment when she caught fire and when I took her to the pool, and we actually it was on camera, and when we actually just rewatched it together, and my wife, she looked at it and she, I remember she was crying a little bit, and she said, now I have no doubt in our relationship. Just because, there was really, I'll find this.
You got the video?
I have a video.
You show me the video.
Yeah. So maybe I can
Wow.
later on. There it is.
Romance, ladies and gentlemen.
No, it's 100%. It's something that even I did not expect from myself, because in these kinds of moments, technology, bro, like a $1 trillion company cannot fucking download from iCloud. I love it.
But you got to download it on this one?
I think it was initially on this one, so I think it should work. But it's like when you are, there's different levels to a relationship, and oftentimes I know that the best relationships are the ones that actually have had certain issues that they had to go through.
Of course.
And some of those relationship moments when there is life and death type of a thing, it really changes the perspective, and it actually strengthens your relationship.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying you cannot have a very strong relationship unless it's a long one. So here's the kind of hard to see, but
this is at this house.
This is at the house, yes. So the fire pit, we're standing right now right here, and so the moment that I see there is this.
Fuck.
This is the flash where the fire went. This stupid fire pit with this ethanol. So I was pouring ethanol. It wasn't on fire, and it wasn't even that hot. And I was pouring ethanol into it, and it just lit up. And when it lit up, it just spit the ethanol into my wife. So that was like a few seconds, and I'm just dragging her into the pool.
Oh.
So
wow.
It was like not fun at all. Like look at how much fire there is.
Bro, there's so much fire.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking scary. Like I remember this, like my wife standing there, and she's just on fire. I was like, it's like.
And she was stuck.
And she's women. She's frozen.
She's in shock.
She doesn't know what to do. And my brain was like, I see her face. I hear the worst scream above because it's fucking painful, right? So, and I was 3 steps. I don't know how I got to her so fast. It was literally fractions of seconds. and I'm already dragging her into the water without even thoughts about, because when I was actually
By the way, you fell into the water as well. It wasn't like a jump into the water.
no, so it was, yeah, basically when we were falling into the water, look at, like, I hit my leg so hard right here,
Yeah, I saw that.
and like I had this entire area was blue, like the entire thing.
I just want to see from the explosion how many seconds that was.
Probably 2-3.
So she was on fire for 2-3 seconds. Oh my gosh, she's frozen. Yeah.
Man, but this experience, yeah, and you know, it made us so close that really, you know, and even I realized that even my subconscious, this is what we spoke about, until you make your subconscious conscious, it's gonna drive your life, you're gonna call it fate. So the moment, I didn't have time to think. This is the moment where you don't have time to think. You act almost from subconscious.
Exactly.
And my subconscious said, if you die together.
Yeah.
That's it, done.
Yeah.
So, and then I was like, this is real love.
So you ran into the fire.
Yeah,
You
I didn't
ran
care.
into the
I actually
fire.
got burned as well, but I didn't even feel it. I didn't even care. It was
Yeah.
not even registering.
Yeah.
The fact that I hit my leg so hard, it didn't even register. All I cared about is her burns. You know, it's like I didn't care.
Yeah.
And I actually realized it later, and I was like, fuck.
Yeah.
Would I do it for anyone? No.
Yeah.
No, not a fucking chance, bro.
Yeah.
So
Damn, man. I mean, look, I'm single in Dubai, and bro,
that's
you know,
probably a hard thing.
It's
yeah.
very. The thing is, women here want. This is what I feel. I feel like women here are just thinking, what's the most I can take from him in the shortest amount of time?
Yes, it's true. Yeah. Most women here, especially pretty ones, very hard.
Yeah, especially pretty ones.
Because they want a good life, you know. They want this fucking Instagram thing, you know. They want, it's what we spoke about, same
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
But for this, you know, that's why there are actually strategies how you can find a good woman, even in this kind of a scenario. And one of the things what you can do is you can always go find them somewhere else. That's number one. But number two is, you know, if I were to, I don't know, lose my wife for whatever reason, I would be dating again, I wouldn't be picking up girls in my bag, you know. I'd be just coming in a fucking Uber. I wouldn't be wearing a Richard Mille, you know, and then I would try to look for a genuine one for as long as I could. But even then, you're not guaranteed one, but
Exactly, because also women change.
they change. And sometimes, you know, I've spoken to one hooker once. It was funny. If my wife was gonna watch, she's gonna say, when did you speak to a hooker? But I've done many things in my life.
She's definitely gonna watch this after that story.
Yeah. So anyway, once I spoke to a hooker, and she told me such intricate stories how she would, you know, really trick people and trick men, and how she said that she can see by a man's face if he's rich.
Ooh.
She says the eyes give it away, and the way how they talk. Because she says if the guy is broke or just made a little bit of money, it's one person. If a guy is old money and it's wealth, it's a different communication. So, and I was like, interesting. I was like, I didn't expect this deep talk from a hooker. But she probably was an elite one. I don't know. I wasn't the one ordering her. So, but it was a party. Like I was at the villa on the Palm, and it was pretty fucking ridiculous. So sometimes I just like to have a conversation with interesting people. You know? And I find hookers interesting people. So, but anyway, because untraditional, you know. And it surprised me to the point where, you know, it's like, what are the chances of finding a legitimate girl, pretty and this and that, and actually make sure. After that conversation, I'm not even sure anymore.
Yeah, especially in Dubai. By the way, we do that too. Like if I sit with someone and I mention 2.5 million, like, whoa, 2.5 million, okay, he hasn't made 2.5, you know? You can pick up on these things as well as guys. I was at the gym recently and a girl came and sat down next to me on the bike. And she said, what do you do? I said, I do this, I podcast, I have this business. And then she said, I said, what do you do? She said, what do you think I do? I said, okay. And I said, how much do you charge? I'm just curious. She said, 2,500 dirhams. Oh, okay. I said, hey, I'll pay you the 2,500 dirhams, but I don't want to have sex with you. I want you to come on my podcast.
Yeah.
And she goes, are you dumb? You want me to get kicked out of this country? I was like, okay. But that would have been an amazing conversation.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
I don't think she would be kicked out. There's so many prostitutes here.
Yeah, I think so. I think it'll be okay. It's the first job in the world.
Listen, most of models are actually also prostitutes.
Yeah.
At least in the very beginning of their career, because they gotta pay the fucking bills, right?
Yeah.
So, and it's been a profession for far too many centuries.
Yeah. Yeah. Agree. Well, listen, they actually taught monkeys currency, and their currency was bananas. Did you hear this?
No, I have not.
So they taught monkeys that this is a currency. This banana is a currency. You can eat it, or you can go and exchange it for something else. First thing I did is went and gave it to women to have sex with them.
See, like you cannot fight the nature. That's why I'm so a bit skeptical and a bit of a cynic when it comes to the future of human race, because I know that we are the cancer of this planet.
Yeah.
We are the fucking problem.
We fucking are.
I think as McConaughey has once said in one of the movies, I think it was in True Detective, he said that human consciousness is the most tragic misstep in human evolution.
Wow.
Because once we became too self-aware, we created a problem within our existence, and we actually became a cancer of the planet. Just because we became too self-aware, which is greed, lust, and etc. and all these things.
Yeah. Well, if you look at if we were aliens and you were looking at the Earth from 5,000 years ago to now, when New York City, Manhattan was a garden, was a beautiful garden, and then you start seeing concrete and buildings, you would look at this thing and think, this is sick, this has cancer. Mm-hmm. This Earth has cancer, it's dying.
Yeah, that's what actually, there is a lot of connections in terms of even shapes and vibrations and like visual stuff. Like for example, an eye, the structure of the eye looks like the universe. There's so many coincidences. Like the brain cell looks like a galaxy. It's like, and the same thing when it goes to so many, like the example you brought up. It's also like so many. If you look at the city from the distance, it might look like cancer, something, I don't know, on fire with all the lights and stuff. So it's not natural. And if something is not natural, it can be perceived as a cancer, in the body. So yeah, it's a bit more of a deeper thought, but yeah.
Have you ever experienced burnout?
Constantly. Yeah, the burnout.
How do you keep going?
You need to find a way to reset yourself. So there are different ways, there are different burnouts. I've been through all of them. And usually burnout comes from inaction, quite frankly. This is what has been said oftentimes by Jeff Bezos as well, that stress doesn't necessarily comes from things that you do, it's the things that you could have some control over, but you're not doing. So there is different concepts to stress and burnout, and normally when you're really living the life the way you want and you love yourself and what you do every day, there cannot be any burnout. But honestly speaking, out there, the life is not perfect, so there's going to be situations where you're burned out. And what I've learned to do is, when I feel like I'm just on edge, that I'm just screaming even at my wife for no fucking reason, I'm like, okay, this is the time. I pick up my bags, I go to what I really like to do. I go to US, I go to Montana, I go to, Colorado, and I just do fishing, I smoke a cigar, and just do nothing for 2 weeks. I just disconnect. I don't care if the business, I still pay attention to it. I still come to one meeting or something to see everything is okay. But overall, I don't give a fuck. Like, I really disconnect myself from, I have a different life. Like, really just escape it fully. That's what has done it for me. For some people, it's enough to just meditate, but for me, it wasn't enough.
I feel like burnout is a direct link to personal sacrifice, right? You've sacrificed a lot.
In a sense, of course, yes.
A lot.
You cannot not sacrifice.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Why America? You have this thing with America. You can go to Europe. We're right next to Europe.
I fucking hate Europe. Europe is...
What do you mean Italy, Croatia?
Oh, fuck, there's Italy. I don't like Europe. It's so...
Tuscany.
I know, it's boring. There's nothing to do. I don't like it. I like freedom. Like for me, United States of America is the definition of
America.
Yeah. Let's go. And I kind of grew up also in the US, and for me, like what I really love about it, I get into the convertible in LA. I want fun, I go Vegas. If I want skiing, I just drive 8 hours to Aspen.
Yeah.
I want fishing, I go to Flathead Lake in Montana and live in Lakeside, which is the most populated by grizzlies area in the whole United States.
Wow.
And you just literally need to carry bear spray. It's so diverse.
Yeah.
Like in Europe, yeah, it's also diverse, but it's just a different vibe.
So you prefer going to America than to Europe?
I don't like Europe at all. Like America is still also not the best. It's not the safest, and there is issues there as well. But
of course,
mostly I prefer US to Europe all day long. Like,
damn, I'm the opposite. I mean, I love America. I lived in New York, right?
Yeah.
But I like to go to Europe. All the histories in Europe and all that stuff.
No, true. Yeah, it just is a matter of taste and what you're used to. So.
No, because I see you always going there. That's what I was thinking. I was actually going to ask you that. Have you been to Vancouver?
No, I have not.
Beautiful.
As far north as been is Seattle, so it's not far from.
Oh, right next to it.
Yeah, right next
Very
to it.
close. If you like this video, consider subscribing. We do weekly podcasts with experts in every industry to help you find direction and guide you on your way. Now let's get back into it.
Goal is to finally get to the point where I'm truly in the moment, you know, because I've done a lot of spiritual. I've spent close to $300,000 on spiritual guides and cheaper ones. I experimented, so I paid a lot of money for this type of education. And at some point, I remember I was in a meditation where I almost like escaped my body, and you know that was such a profound experience, which made me doubt reality. You know, and where we are, like you can actually go so deep into yourself, into the darkness of nothing, and just look at consciousness. Like try to picture looking at consciousness from the outside. The brain doesn't even compute what it could look like. This is the feeling that you cannot even transmit it into words. And which leads me to a big desire to really finally settle down a little bit once we get done with EVIDEX, because what I've realized, you can do meditations and all this, is going to help you on your journey, but there's still going to be stress. Like, and if you really want to go deep into yourself, you got to get rid of it. So I really want to, my goal is to really understand myself. And really, I think I do understand myself, but I can understand myself deeper. Like one of the things I want to do, for example, I want to go to Bali and spend 3 days in darkness. There's these special rooms, you're like in a cellar, there is no light. And you're there for 3 days. They just bring you food, and you're just supposed to be there one-on-one on yourself.
Prison.
Like prison, yeah, but it's like fully dark. Because there's no light, there is no sound, there's just you and
solitude.
Solitude, yes, and it's like going deep into yourself, which sometimes can be a scary place. And you can find out a lot more than you've ever known about yourself, which is going to help you to actually be in the present moment. So this is what I really, outside of the monetary stuff, this is what I want to learn.
Wow. Listen, this man drives a Bugatti, mansion, all that. He wants to go into a prison.
Yeah.
That shows you.
For 3 days though.
For 3 days, no more than that.
Maybe half hour, I don't know, maybe I fight this shit. Where's my jet?
What's your favorite food?
McDonald's.
McDonald's is good.
I love
blini.
Oh yes. Those as well. Yeah. My mother's recipe for blinis.
Yeah.
With black caviar.
It has to be black. Not the orange one.
Orange one is for poor people. You
is
know,
it?
It's like, of course, yeah.
Somebody told me the orange ones are fake.
No, they're real. It's
real.
It's salmon.
Have you heard that as well? That they're fake?
No.
Okay.
There is fake caviar in any type of caviar, but no, it's not fake.
Yeah. Sour cream, caviar, and dill.
Yeah, that's nice.
I have to put the dill on there.
Yeah, I don't really like the dill, but it's fine.
Yeah. You know, something I respect about you, there's a lot I respect about you, but one thing that I really respect about you know, I had a guy on the podcast named Master Shri, right? Master Shri, we were supposed to do a podcast. I go online, I see that he's on a private jet going to China. I message him saying, bro, I'm about to pick you up in like 2 hours. He says, sorry, I have to go to China, I'll be back. Goes to China, 1,000 people at the airport, signing. I was like, man, this guy's famous, more famous than I thought. He's a spiritual guy, right? He's a spiritual guy. He goes to the mountains, there'll be a bear there, he'll sit there and meditate and control the bear with his mind or something like that. There'll be a snake. I said to him, you believe in visualization and manifestation, but you also say everything's pre-written. Our destiny is pre-written. Yeah. What's the point of visualizing and manifesting if everything's already pre-written? Why would I think about a Lamborghini when it's not in my destiny, or it is in my destiny, whatever's meant to be? He said, your destiny isn't pre-written. Destinies are pre-written. You walk down a road, there's a door to your left, door to your right, door to your left, door to your right. You choose which door you go down. But the story of what happens when you go through that door has already been pre-written. And something I really respect about you is you're always opening doors.
Yeah, constantly.
You're doing different things. You're doing the new business that you're doing before you did the social media thing. Like, constantly you're going into different industries and going down the road and seeing what happens, whether good or bad.
Yeah. We had a lot of bad stuff.
Yeah. So that's, I think, a takeaway from your life.
But this is you're evolving in this way. You cannot not try. You know, it's like you're not going to grow. You're not going to reach anything. Because if I would have been always scared of failure, and if I would have, given up on my first failure, I would have given up a long time ago. You know, it's like you have to build yourself up. Unless you have, a guy, some super rich dad who teaches you and gives you the path, but you just have to learn yourself. So yeah. But with the spirituality thing, it's free will. At the end of the day, you're saying, it's like the chicken and the egg type of a problem. It's like if you are meditating and you're kind of changing your future, but you're not really changing anything because it was in your future to change your future. It's like it's all a paradox on top of a paradox. You know? So it's hard to really put your finger on it. That's why I'm not trying to ever say that there is any magic to affirmations and meditations. I think it's more a combination between motivation, intrinsic motivation, and opportunism, when you're actually seeing an opportunity and you're taking the chance. But maybe, just maybe, and my wife is a believer that there is magic to it.
Okay.
I'm more pragmatic, but she
Okay.
says that really you just meditate, it comes.
Okay.
I don't really believe so, but maybe there really is some magic to it. I don't know. I've had some very strange experiences, honestly. Like, just to give you an example, launching DEX, we needed to onboard many advisors from top-tier companies and stuff, just to build also credibility. And I remember it was very hard in the beginning because we have no traction, this and that, you know, and like it's an influencer theoretically run project, which top people don't like really influencers much. So, and breaking this ice was very difficult, but I remember I was meditating, and when we went to Token 2049 as well, I was meditating on one thing. I wanted to always hear yes from people. Like this was my affirmation, that whenever I pitch, I hear a yes. Whatever I need, I hear a yes. From any person, if it is my wife, it is my partner, it's a yes. So, and I remember so precisely, I was meditating into this. And I remember there was one guy from Animoca Brands, maybe you know Animoca, one of those like tier 1 venture fund in crypto, multi-billion-dollar company, and Yacht, the founder, is an incredible individual. And I remember how I approached one of Animoca advisors, very, very important person and very powerful. And I remember I spoke to him, had such a nice connection, and then a couple of days later I offered him to become an advisor. You know, he looks at me and he says, Thomas, maybe there is so many things I don't understand in this life, but I do understand people. So my answer to your request is yes. Like these precise words, that's a precise quote. My answer to your request is yes. And I was like, motherfucker. Is that magic or coincidence? That I cannot tell you. And I had many of these in my life.
How did you do this? How did you visualize that?
I visualized it very in depth. So whenever I do visualization, I visualize what do I smell in the moment? What do I feel in the moment? Who is next to me? Like I construct that reality in my brain to the point where this, because I mean, the thoughts are electrical impulses.
Yeah.
So therefore, kinda you can call it matter. Like, so it's actually tangible, but on a very, very micro scale. So if you're really creating this imagination in your mind, not just by a 2D picture, but you imagine, what do you feel? What do you hear in that moment? What do you smell? Who is around you? What do they say? You live it. And you kind of construct, like my visualization is far from visuals. It's so many other things as well. It's like 7D, you know, so it's next level of visualizations.
Have you always been doing this?
Many years.
So before you made money?
Not before. No, my first money, I was very pragmatic. I was one of those people. Yeah, big money is made by blah, blah. I was one of those fucking too pragmatic people. But then when it was introduced into my life, honestly speaking, just with no bullshit, I have no courses on spiritual in Game Changer. We have spirituality course, but it's not a separate product. So I'm not trying to sell anybody a spirituality course. But when my wife dragged me into spirituality and different practices, meditations and vision boards, from that point, it was about 8-9 years ago, my career went like this. I don't know if it's a coincidence, but it was like this.
Wow.
Over the years, of course.
It could have been your wife, your lucky charm.
Maybe she's my like talisman. I don't know, maybe she's some kind of...
Your omen.
Yeah, maybe she was just sent to me by some forces from somewhere, I don't know.
Yeah, could be. That's what I thought. Yeah, I mean, what you just said is crazy, because you're almost making that scene, you're making that reality.
Yes.
You can smell it, you can feel it,
Yep.
you can hear it, and then you're almost sending out to the universe and going, okay, go and create that for me.
Yeah, kind of. And you know, your brain starts to believe that it's possible because you're reliving it so many times that it kind of almost becomes your reality on a subconscious level, and then it somehow affects the reality. But this connection, I can't explain without sounding crazy, you know. And I really cannot explain it. So I'm still practicing these things, but I can say that there is something.
Yeah.
What? Cannot say. I don't know.
How old are you now?
30.
30.
Yeah.
Wow. Well
30.
done.
Yeah, well...
well done.
I wanted to... I still failed, man. Because I wanted to be a billionaire in under 30. Now I'll have to be a billionaire at 31, maybe 30.
Sucks.
fucking sucks, man.
Sorry to hear
I
that,
can't
bro.
do it.
Sorry to
like
hear
I
that,
can't
bro.
live with it. You know, it's like.
Do you want some money? You want everything
Would be
okay?
nice. Would be
Would be
nice.
nice.
So yeah.
Sorry to hear that, dude.
But actually, I've been struggling with this a little bit. And I was like, motherfucker, Zuckerberg was a billionaire at 23. Like, why am I not? I was
Yeah,
questioning myself.
Yeah, but how many of that is there? See,
Okay, doesn't matter. It's there, then it means it's possible. There is precedent. Even if it's just one. I know that there is, actually statistically,
but
I
he
think,
opened the right door.
of course.
That's what it is.
At the right time, the right door, and a bit of luck. and
There is a
persistence.
door in your life right now that if you open, you could become a billionaire in 6 months, in 1 year.
DEX. That's the door.
That's the door.
And this door has been built by my experience of the last 10 years.
Yeah.
All the shit that I've built, even money, is going all in on it.
Yeah.
So it's like, if it was even 2 years ago, I wouldn't be able to put together what I was able to put together now.
Yeah.
So it certainly works this way.
Yeah.
So it's been life's work.
Yeah.
This whole entire thing. And yeah, with you know, you have to be in the right time, and you have to time it correctly in terms of everything in your life, just because there is a reason why there is, what I think statistically, just 5 people a year that become self-made billionaires under 30 in the whole world.
5 people.
5 people.
A year.
I think it was either a year or every 5 years, or it's a very small number, because
Yeah.
billionaires, usually that's like
course.
40 plus,
course.
50 plus, like predominantly 60 plus. It's like baby boomers, you know? So billionaires in like 25, it's like 1 in a fucking billion.
Dude, even millionaires is 40 plus.
Oh yeah, for sure. Still, well, for now with this inflation, yeah, but soon it will change.
I mean, you go to Australia, yeah, true. But I mean, a million's nothing anymore, you know?
No, it's
I'm
nothing.
I'm talking about for when, you know, our notion of millionaire when we were kids. You go to like a good area in Australia, like a good area, houses are like $2-3 million.
It's crazy. Yeah.
Everyone that you know, that's a great area. Great area, $2-3 million. Like next to the water, next to the beach.
Yeah.
You go knocking on the doors, everyone's over 60. So even millionaire is like past 40.
Yeah.
You know, so billionaire under 30 is like very small number.
Yeah.
Very small number.
You know, but at the same time, when you're in Dubai, you start to really see more of them. I remember Andrew Tate had this story that he told when he was living on a palm in a big mansion. They were paying like $20,000 a day or something, because you know the billionaires or whatever. And then there was a guy who was outbidding him for the house.
Yeah.
And you know, I was like, yeah, maybe it's just a story. I had this experience. I didn't believe his story until I had this experience. When we were looking for a house, just literally a couple of months ago, there was another house in a different area. It was even bigger than this one. It was a bit more
Wow.
expensive than this one. It was like 3,000 square meters, just the house. It was like, ours is a mansion now, but that one was like a fucking castle.
Yeah.
And the plot was twice bigger. So, and it's got like underground parking, and it's like real MTV type shit. Like this house that we have now, it's nice, but that one was a different level. So, and we were trying to make a deal. I was outbid by some guy from Pakistan. So this guy, the rent was $750,000 a year. So that's like $1 million a year, basically.
US dollars.
Yes. So, and I was bidding on it. I wanted to do 3 checks in $750. So that's like $250,000 per quarter.
Yeah.
So there was this Pakistani guy. He comes out and he says he will pay for the entire year in full, but $700,000 and immediately. And then I said, okay, I will do $750, and I will do 2 checks. And then this guy came to me and he said, listen, the guy paid for 3 years in advance with cash, and that's it. Plus, I gave it to him. I'm like, why you? The guy spent literally, $2 million on rent.
2.1 million on rent for 3 years.
For 3 years, bro.
Wow.
And then like the levels to this
Insane.
game is endless.
Yeah.
Like-
Dubai will do that to you.
Yeah.
Like in Australia, I'm celebrated. Oh, well done, you're doing so well. You don't need to work. You've got this, you got this. Here,
Yeah.
if I tell the royal family how much I make, they'll say, that's funny. That's how much we spend on.
On napkins.
Well, yeah. You know, my lion's meat, that's how much I spend on his meat.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
has 280 kilos a day. I need to pay for his meat. Like,
It's pretty crazy. And that's why,
Yeah.
you know, oftentimes I've met also so many really rich people here that, you know, the stories they tell and the amount of expenses that they have, it's a different, they conduct money energy differently.
yeah.
That's what all I can say, because, you know, honestly, at that type of level, you need to be ready to be, you know, you have to conduct that energy. In what sense? If you have a $100 million business, for example, if tomorrow your stock dumps by 20%, you lose 20 million. Are you ready for it? Most people are not ready to lose $20, bro. Let alone 20 million. Surely they're gonna say, oh, if I had 100 million, I wouldn't care that much. It seems like this when you don't have it. But when you have it, motherfucker, it's not easy.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that's why it's like different level of ability to conduct to conduct energy and to actually not stop because of some negative energy.
Yeah. Why did you choose Dubai? You could live anywhere
Safety,
in the world.
just safety.
That's it.
That's it. Mainly safety, just because here I can have the Bugatti, I can wear a Richard Mille without even a thought. When I go to Latvia, I have 3 armed bodyguards from special forces with guns with me at all times. And they're like, for example, at the restaurant, we sit on 2 tables, a bunch of fucking bodyguards like this, and then our separate table. Then I can wear Richard Mille, I can be, with a nice car, I don't care. And even then, it's like they actually saved us quite a few times, because in Latvia everybody knows me and there's weird people, So I cannot live like this on a daily basis in Dubai. I don't want to live like this. I don't want to be walking around and thinking, okay, once I leave the house, anybody gonna fucking kick me in the, stab me in the liver, It's like, I'm not interested in this. I can fight and all, I can knock out the cow with my fucking foot. I tried that before, I'm just kidding. But I don't want to find out, It's like, I don't want to do this shit.
Of
and
course.
when I'm in the US, in Europe, or anywhere else, I always think about these things. I never post a story as to where I am in the moment. I don't want anybody, getting any ideas. So, therefore, just safety, bro.
Just safety.
Even my wife-wise, it's like I know nothing is gonna ever happen to her. Like in Dubai, nothing ever. Even if in Dubai sometimes things happen, but they get caught in like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
It's like it's the safest place on earth probably right now. But even in Monaco, they have so many things right now, and robberies and murders, and even in Monaco, such a small, boring place where they don't even have fucking Uber. Horrible. I don't know who lives in Monaco. I think some old farts who are ready to die.
There's no internet. The internet's shit. There's no internet there.
I don't know. It's horrible.
What's going on in Monaco?
It's like it's all closed. You cannot order anything. It's like Monaco is nice when you come park your 100-meter boat and you just kind of show your dick.
Yeah.
Like mine is longer.
Yeah.
Halas.
Let's go. Let's go back in the water.
That's it.
I was there a month ago. There was no internet. I couldn't get a taxi.
Taxi is horrible.
Horrible.
Right? Why can't you fucking make an app?
I rented a car.
You need to call it. Yeah, true.
Yeah. I guess the safety is a big part, but you could choose anywhere, right? Anywhere in the world, but you chose here.
Yeah.
There's opportunities because it's crypto city.
Well, partly as well. Like, yes, 80% safety and then 20% the fact that there's so much business here and that there is everybody's here and all the people that I need are here. So
yeah. If I was to hold a gun to you right now, what's your net worth? If I say empty your bank account, give me everything.
I don't I don't care talking about it. I just don't even know what it is because so much 95% of my liquid net worth in terms of like immediately sellable assets is crypto. So when Bitcoin is at 73, I hold it's big amount of millions in Bitcoin.
Yeah.
But if it goes down to 40K, it's in 3 days it's like fucking
100. Yeah.
It's so different. So if you take even the company Evadex, like right now the worth of Evadex is 50 million. So like, and I'm the majority stakeholder in Evadex. And we have other companies. So if you take all the companies that generate revenue and you multiply it by, let's say, 5 to 7 years, plus all the cars and watches and this and that and some little bit of cash, which I don't have much cash, probably over 100 mil easily. Yeah. But most of it is like fugazi, it's like it's all over the place.
Yeah. Are you grateful?
Yes.
Every day?
No. Sometimes I'm a miserable piece of shit.
Have you, because listen, mentally you can go into a dark place where it's very difficult to be grateful.
Yeah.
Have you been there?
Of course, yeah. So it's sometimes you're so zoned into something so miserable that you are just an ungrateful piece of shit, even if you live the best life, and that's a big problem. That's the main cause of depression, really. And I've been depressed before. Like at some point when I reached a level where I can have any watch, any car, almost like I can buy any jet, if I wanted to. Well, except for maybe something too crazy, like 100 million, like something like some new Boeing or Airbus, So when you reach that level, and initially all you wanted in life, like my dream was like 50 G's a month, and I thought that this is gonna be like once I got to 50 G's, I'm like, what's 50 G's like?
Yeah.
So
listen, if 50 G's is nothing for you, you can give me 50 G's.
Yeah, I know, right? So the concept is once I got to that level, and for me it was the dream, and then at some point I realized I'm making like 10, 20 times more per month in cash flow.
Yeah.
And then I'm sitting there, okay, so do I want any more watches? I recently sold half of my collection before the market dumped. Do I need more cars? Do I need, like, well, what? And then you start to actually question the importance of money, and that you start to notice how it drives your life. So yeah, I think that this is something that has impacted me quite a bit, and you start to, as I said before so many times, you start to cherish other things in life.
I asked this question selfishly because if I look at my life today from 5 years ago, the 5 years ago Radin would say, "Are you the happiest you've ever been? Because that's amazing. We've done it. We're doing this." But I'm like, I'm not happier.
It's interesting how it works. Sometimes. But as I said before, money contributes to the aspects that can actually give you a better life. So it does translate into happiness, but the real happiness, it lives within. You really, if you put yourself into a meditation and you do proper breath work for like 20, 30 minutes, you center yourself, you remove all of your thoughts and you reduce the brain frequency, the brainwave frequency in the moment down from beta to maybe alpha or theta, because theta is like very creative state of mind, and then the alpha, I think like beta was the first, because it was counterintuitive. But anyway, so you reduce the brain frequency so that you remove a little bit of that ADHD state, because all of us have ADHD these days, that you have too many thoughts at once, and that's why you get anxiety, sweaty palms and stuff.
Social media, stimulation.
So once you remove all of that, you center yourself, you go into the moment, and you just breathe. You can actually, and you focus on happiness and the feeling of gratitude and love intrinsically, you can provoke it. So that means that happiness is just an emotion that is provocable. So you don't need a Bugatti to provoke happiness. You need to just find it in yourself, in your soul. We are all like, happiness is part of us, and we decide when it comes out. You can actually trigger it with simple meditations.
Did your happiness increase after you bought a Bugatti in life? No, stay the same.
Yeah, I remember I had crazy fun when I bought my first watch, my first supercar. First hypercar, it was cool, but it wasn't like I still fucking jerk off to it daily. It's like I haven't driven it for 2 weeks, bro. It's just sitting there on a charger. I ain't got no fucking time. Nor like every time when I take it out, like I think about like how much it costs, and because the Bugatti is like $2 million car, every 1 kilometer is like $1,000. You kind of start thinking about it, and then you start to realize that the more shit you own, the more it owns you, and then you kind of start disliking it a little bit. You go through fucking waves of relationship with these things, So it's strange, yeah.
Instead of you owning it, it owns you.
Yeah.
What a statement.
It's strange, yeah. It's like it feels weird, and sometimes you look at these things and it makes no sense to you because listen, a $2 million car. Like the other person who has the same color combination on Grand Sport, as they told me, is Cristiano Ronaldo and me. It's like, and you feel special, right? But at the end of the day, it's just a fucking ridiculously expensive car that costs $40,000 to replace the fucking tires, man. Yeah. It's like stupid, because they had the way they made the wheels that they actually have to glue them to the wheel because of the torque at the time, So with Chiron, they fixed it, but nobody can remove the tires except for Bugatti factory and change them. And it's $10,000 per tire.
Wow.
So then you think about it, like regardless of how much money you're making, is it really worth it?
Yeah.
It kind of is stupendous.
Yeah.
But you have to go through it. It's a stage.
Yeah.
Richard Mille is a stage. I'm kind of getting over it now. I think I'm gonna get a Patek or something and just be done with it.
Why are you getting over Richard Mille?
Because for me, it was always a statement. For me, Richard Mille has always been the fuck you watch. It's just like, if you're wearing a carbon RM or like a full rose, well, not the peasant one, because this is the full rose.
Yeah.
There is the peasant ones with the titanium here.
Yeah,
They're
100,000 one.
No, there is that's different. Like this is RM 1103, so there is like RM 05 or whatever, or 010. Those are like 100K, and like there's with some titanium. But there is these ones that come with titanium in the middle, and the rest is gold, and they're like 50 G's cheaper. So this is like the proper RM. And for me, it's like when you're wearing the full gold RM or the carbon one, NTPT, you're basically walking like this.
Yeah.
It's like, see, fuck you. That's what you feel like. But at some point, you kind of feel ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's like you're wearing a fucking house on the wrist. And it kind of screams, I'm a house on the wrist.
Yeah.
They can wear like a Patek with baguette diamond. Like there is Pateks like 5711 with Tiffany written on it inside. And that watch is like, it's steel. And it's like it was at some point $500,000 just because it says Tiffany.
Yeah.
So like this is old money, even though it's more expensive than this, theoretically. So yeah, it's like, it's a stage. Everything in life is a stage, and it's fine, it's beautiful. As long as you don't kill people and strangle cats in the alleyway, you do what your thing.
I
you know?
still don't understand why that's your. I understand the Bugatti, the fuel, how expensive it is, the tires, everything. Why are you getting over that?
I think it also is partly that once you get something you've been dreaming about for so long, it kind of is you're meeting your hero, and that hero is just a fucking thing.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you've always somehow we picture it in our minds that we put on the RM and it somehow transforms us.
Yeah.
It doesn't do shit.
Yeah.
It's just a fucking piece of the watch that people believe is expensive, therefore it's expensive.
Yeah.
So it's just stupidity, it's all marketing. And then you kind of, when you actually own it, you kind of start to realize it. But it's just thought process, you know, it's like some people really love them for the rest of their life and it's fine.
Do you have any Rolexes?
Yes, a bunch. Yeah, quite a few I have.
Do you like Rolexes?
They're nice. I don't find them to be unique because there is a Rolex is producing 1 million watches a year.
1 million a year.
When
1,270 or something for Richard Mille?
Around they're doing 4,000.
4,000.
4 or 5,000. So if you want to get sub 1,000 to your production, that would be Beauvais, for example. But that's different level of.
Sure.
Yeah.
When I went to the Richard Mille store, I think they told me 1,000 something, but she could be wrong.
I don't know. It's like 4 or 5,000.
Yeah.
Maybe it used to be because they also ramped up their production, just
Yeah.
like Pateks and APs.
Yeah. This cycle, my last question to you. This cycle, what is the peak that you are expecting for the Bitcoin price to be?
Honestly, anybody who is saying that the peak price is going to be X is full of shit. You cannot know. Why you cannot know? Because so many things are interchangeable in macroeconomics and geopolitics that you can expect whatever you want, but then something happens that drives the markets either up or down so hard that, you know, all the expectations and previous projections just seem laughable. So therefore, what I always say is that my expectation that if we don't do 250 in this cycle in 2025, I don't know, it's going to be fucking sad. So that's my minimum expectation, but overall I always evaluate liquidity and M2 money supply curve as we go so that we can anticipate where to take profits. We need to understand where is there going to be buyer exhaustion, where there is no more money. Like that's why you need to analyze money printing, you need to understand treasury, you need to understand so many things that is going to be fueling the injection of capital. And you cannot get it accurately, but you can approximate it. So that's why you need to adjust your expectations on the go in the run itself.
What is your strategy on selling this cycle? Is it when it hits a number, or is it a particular month?
It's never about the number unless you do active trading. When you're doing active trading, that's a number. If you're doing a long-term investing into an asset, it's more strategic. So you're looking at things like I just mentioned, like liquidity. So for me, I don't care if it's Bitcoin at 100,000 or at 1 million. What I care about is what comes next. If I expect that it's gonna dump after 100,000, I'll sell it at 100,000. If I don't expect it to dump, I will keep it. How I can expect this is just looking at things like liquidity. So I just evaluate as I go.
When you say liquidity, what do you mean?
Just in general, what do governments do? What is with interest rates? Is there a quantitative easing or is it just rate cuts? Because that's also, people confuse, for example, rate cuts with quantitative easing, QE, it's two different fucking terms. So, and for us to really see parabolic liquidity, we need QE. For now, we just have rate cuts. Then the question is Japan, for example, gonna keep unwinding their trade? Are they gonna keep increasing the rates? Because they did 25 basis points, that already caused a huge collapse even in the US market because they hold like $4 trillion of shit. You know, that if they keep unwinding it, if they keep increasing the interest rates, it could, you know, provoke people to sell the assets because it makes no sense for them to hold them because they are already, their loan is not interest free. So this is the Japanese trade unwinding, and there is so many intricacies that it will affect, in general it affects liquidity and the flow of money. So in order to understand where the asset is going, regardless of what it is, if it's a currency, commodity, anything, is its money flow. So that's it. Yeah.
You're gonna have a big problem.
I have a few of those, you know.
I'll tell you what your problem's going to be. I'll tell you what your problem's going to be. Your problem's going to be you're very successful at such a young age. Billionaire by 31, 32, I don't doubt it.
Inshallah.
I don't doubt it. You're still at the beginning of your life. What the fuck else are you going to do? You're going to have to find something else to do in 10 years.
I'll find some. I'll always find something. I think one of the biggest things that I'm going to find is outside the spectrum of longevity is kids.
Yeah.
So I think family and extension of self, just in case longevity will not play out.
All your blessings, how much do you credit God?
How much do I credit God?
All the blessings that you have in your life. Do you feel like it was God-given?
No, it was taken.
It was Thomas Kralow given.
It was taken by myself. Nobody gave me shit. I've taken it myself. I've built up myself with the help of other people here and there, and it's fine. Everybody has somebody they can rely on.
That's natural.
That's natural, yeah. So for me, I don't believe that I was blessed to the point of me getting lucky somewhere, like winning a lottery or suddenly meeting somebody who changed my life. Like, I've met people that actually gave me a boost, but they gave me a boost because they liked me, because we had a good connection.
Correct.
And anyone can find the right people at the right times at different levels to use them as stepping stones and help each other. So I don't find this to be luck. I find it to be perseverance, persistence, and hard work. If I would have bought Bitcoin 2010 and then forgot about it, and then yesterday found out I have 1 million Bitcoin and I'm actually the fucking Satoshi wallet, okay, I could say, mashallah, thank you God, But in that case, that I have to make work for every single dollar, I think it's more me than anything else. So.
That's something I like about you, is you've earned it in terms, like, I meet these crypto guys that have a lot of money, but let's say they're worth 20 million. They haven't gone through the lessons that you need to learn to be worth 20 million. They haven't gone through hiring and firing staff. How to deal with competitors taking market share. So because they haven't dealt with that, they just got money.
Yeah. That's a different world, man. Like, I know a lot of influencers, very rich people, some richer than me, but they have no clue about team building. They have no clue about entrepreneurship.
Marketing.
They seem like they just got lucky in one place, and they did well. They did a good job, but at the end of the day, it was kind of right place, right time, and like very right place and very right time. In other instances, could have been a fucking zero.
What?
I gotta meet a few guys. Yes, we're trying to infiltrate me into Hollywood.
No way. Like movies?
Movies, and also just in general social media credibility. I want to meet Dwayne Johnson. I want to show him DEX and
The Rock.
Yeah. So I don't know if we're gonna do it this time, but I'm just trying to get into that game as well a little bit.
Okay.
Just for PR,
Okay, got you. So you're still pushing the marketing side.
Yeah,
the
for sure.
marketing and the personal marketing.
I do it if I enjoy it. Like, I'm interested in meeting maybe even though DiCaprio I lost respect for, same way with Eminem I lost my respect for these people that they sold out to the fucking Harris toilet.
Yeah.
But I mean, as P. Diddy has said, who is the biggest person that you're waiting for at the party? He's like, Leonardo DiCaprio, and then it's a perfect cut where he says, "That's why I'm voting for Kamala Harris," so that the P. Diddy list doesn't come out. Fucking cunts.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
You just connected those two dots. He's going for that, so the P. Diddy list doesn't come out.
It's all they say, like all the
Damn.
fucking Democrats. Look at who is on Epstein's list.
Damn.
Who is on P. Diddy's list? It's like the change of power right now, and they're like, it's just a power struggle.
Yeah.
So it is all intertwined. Like, look at these fucking. How can you be a numbnut? I understand you don't like Trump. Fine. Maybe he is too eccentric. Maybe he's been racist. Even though I didn't really see any proof of it. But whatever.
Sure.
But don't vote for anyone in that case. But voting for Kamala, you gotta be a retard.
Retard.
Like, honestly, it's not even an option.
Yeah.
Like, she cannot put two fucking words together.
Yeah, and I have a friend who's in crypto, lives in LA. He said they've brought in 30 million fake identity. Well, no, they're actually not even fake. They've brought in 30 million illegals from the southern border, and they're all already voted Democrat. But they've already programmed that into the computer.
It's like all these elections, it's all such bullshit.
Yeah.
Whom I respect the most in this whole thing is Trump.
Yeah.
Imagine how much pressure this guy's under.
Yeah.
My God. 4,000 criminal cases.
Yeah.
Thousands.
Yeah.
Any single one can put you in fucking jail, bro.
Yeah.
And this dude is playing golf like.
Yeah. Listen, the more pressure you can handle, the more money you make. This guy
that's what
does
it is.
not feel the pressure at all.
As this guy, his famous thought was line when he was walking out the building with some girl, and she said, "Oh, there is a homeless guy," and he's like, "Oh, he's actually richer than me." Oh, because I'm 900 million down currently in debt.
Yeah.
And this guy's richer theoretically. Yeah. So that's the perception of money as well.
He told that to Ivanka.
Yeah. I think maybe Ivanka.
Yeah. All right, Thomas. You're a gentleman, my man.
Thank you, bro.
You're a gentleman.
Thank you for coming by.
Thank you.
Let's do it again.
Thank you for coming on the podcast. Thank you for giving us so much of your time.
Of course.
No problem. Like, hourly rate for you would be what? Probably 20, 30,000? Probably more?
Yep.
So he's basically giving us 100,000.
Yeah, hopefully.
3 hours.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right.
Appreciate you, my man.
All right.
Thank you. Come on back on the podcast anytime you want.
Sounds good.
But I'm grateful to have met you, and hopefully we'll.
Let's do the next one. Let's do the like once we get Evadex gets to $1 billion.
Yeah.
So I'm a founder of $1 billion company officially.
Yeah.
I'll come on again.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
We should do it regularly. Once every 6 months, once every year, whenever you want, just come.
Sounds good.
Appreciate you, my man.
Right.
This has been
Cheers.
Thomas.
Cheers.
Let's go.